What on earth happened there, guys? I'm very sorry about that. It seems to have just dropped. Wow, that's not happened before. Now, hold on a minute. Did I press something? No, it's all good. It just dropped for some reason. We are back up. What happened, Dolly? I've got no idea what happened, Dolly. It just dropped. The screen went blank. And the live just froze. So I have no idea what happened, to be honest with you. Let's bring up back up Super Donkey. I have no clue what happened there, Super Donkey.
It's okay, man. It's okay. TikTok just been TikTok.
TikTok. You know what? I haven't been on it for a while. I guess it's doing its thing as usual, man. Anyways.
That's how it's yeah, true. Panop is saying the right thing. These sort of things wouldn't have happened if the Cyprus problem was resolved.
No, but I mean, how did Christodoulidis, how did he handle it? Do you know?
Nothing. He didn't say anything. He didn't deploy any military. He didn't say anything. They just said that, it's a provocation. They need to, go back to how it was before. And just try to keep everything on the down low. Let's say that.
Makes sense.
Before that's inverted into in conflict.
Well, I mean,
you need to watch your shots.
I don't know, Alex. Today it just went blank and it went off.
Well, I shouldn't. I have to go anyway, mate. I'm really, really busy. I was listening and I was just listening. Look, Donkey, all I'm saying is, man, just be careful when you speak sometimes. I'm not having a go at you. All I'm saying is, like, one thing I've learned on these lives over the last 2 years is if you say the wrong thing in a wrong way, it triggers something off unnecessarily. It's not necessary. If we're truthful and transparent with it, there's no need to thingy. That's what I'm saying.
Much love, Alex. Much love.
All right, you too. Take care, guys. Enjoy your live, mate. Take care.
Yeah, mate. Thank you, mate. All right, Yash, how you doing, Yash?
All right. I was just about to join, and then the whole thing went collapsed.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. It just went blank, and the screen went dark. So we're back now.
What happened to Alex?
I don't know.
He's busy. It's fine. He's gonna be listening.
Yeah, listening. It's all good. Yeah,
what's on the agenda?
80%. There's a new. Well, I don't know how accurate it is, but 80% of Turkish Cypriots want a BBF. What do you think about that? Are you one of them? Yeah.
What's a BBF?
Federal Solution.
I don't know. This shit's been going on for too long. I don't know what to. I just want the whole island to be peaceful and nobody argue and fight with each other.
Yeah, man, we've got that now, haven't we?
Yeah, but still, some hooligans go across the border or throw things across the border, and I see a lot of negatives. So,
are we worried about those little hooligans?
I'm not worried about anyone.
Yeah,
so I just want a better life for the kids in the future. For me, I'm over the post, mate. Once you're over 60, it don't matter.
I think what we've said before, those hooligans are always going to exist, no matter what happens.
Well,
even if there is a two-state.
They're either football. They hide as football hooligans, and then they.
Yeah, but they're not going to go anywhere. They're never going to go anywhere. It's going to be like that till the end of time, man. It's not. Nothing's going to change with that.
Let me reword it then. Racist. Let's call them racist then.
Same with the racist.
Yeah.
We can't just delete them. They can't be removed. We have to learn to deal with them.
How do you deal with them, Sophomore?
How or why?
How?
Well,
if someone wants to go and throw a firecracker over a line, he's gonna do it no matter what. If someone he wants to do it, he's gonna do it.
We're not gonna eradicate racism. We never have, and we never will. Like it's existed since the beginning of time. It's gonna exist till the end.
Okay, let me put it this way: if your education system actually spoke and told the truth, that would help.
We're getting there.
If your church was not so hard line, then I would say maybe there's a chance. But when those two elements, and then you go and befriend the I crowd across the sea, you don't tick the boxes for the people who want what you want, do they?
Well, that's a tough question because if you
tough, all right.
ask me, if push came to shove, Turkey asked Greece for help. Do you not think Greece will help Turkey and not the I country?
Listen, they're neighbours, so
Yeah.
they
So
will
what would
always.
happen? So regardless of what
When you've
deals
had
we made,
fires, when Greece has had fires, Turkey's offered,
yeah,
and they've
absolutely.
refused them.
And the same thing, Greece offered help when the earthquakes happen, when the fires happen.
Okay, so when those two mother countries are friends and neighbours, why can't the little islanders be the same?
I think it's about power, Yash. It's about power and control, unfortunately.
Ben Nagami for to the powers.
I got miso to the powers, yeah.
Yes,
That's
of
it, bro.
course. Gamiso and
Yeah.
everything. And Drianda Enna. They're all Drianda Ennas.
What's 300
Number 31.
Yeah, for what? What's 31?
What's a 31?
Yeah.
Come on.
Look, let me show you what the Greeks and this is Greeks and oh, you can't see it, but it says F you, I'll see you tomorrow. F you and I'll see you tomorrow. That's the relationship between the Greeks and the Turks, yeah.
Fucking true.
Yeah, you can't see it. You can't see
Hey,
it.
listen, I'm sure you've got a few Turkish Cypriot friends.
Who?
You.
Oh yeah, of course I do, and so does Cypriot Donkey.
Okay, and I'm the same. So
Yeah.
you know, when we're living over here in the UK and we grow up while the war was off, while the intervention was on, shall I say, not the war, the intervention. That's another word that you lot need to kind of like use a lot more and back us up, because
Does that word really make a difference though?
well, it does when you've got family or members or someone who's lost someone and whatever, and they're not sympathetic to the issue. So yes.
No, I mean in terms of a solution, whether it was an invasion or an intervention.
The first wave was an intervention. The second phase was an invasion.
So we got a bit of both. So I guess they cancel each other
Here we
out.
go.
Does it?
So it's like you're saying Aoka A and Aoka B now.
There is a difference.
There is no first or second wave. There was just one wave. That's
No,
it.
it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
You see? No, you're denying it. You're
But
denying the truth.
it's two phases in the war, Yash.
Once one soldier landed, it was a phase. That's it. There is no first or second.
So
in my eyes,
what are we saying? Is it there was no first or second? There was just one.
It's not relevant either. But Mr. Donkey wants to make an issue of it.
It's very relevant, Yash.
It's not relevant. 50 years have gone by. 50 years have gone by, and
Taxi, okay, we're talking about semantics right now. I understand we need to move on, but we have to be factual as well.
What's the famous orange man? This is fake news. This is fake news.
Donald Trump. But I mean, just really quickly, if you could just tell me again, why is the wording stopping a solution? Like whether we call it an invasion or an intervention, why would that stop it? I'm just curious.
Ask the donkey. I don't know.
Well, the first wave, which was on the July 20th, if I'm not mistaken, which basically ended Samson's rule, which was in quote unquote power for 7 days. Okay. Then they started talking. Because of the failed talks, instead of staying and trying to find a solution, they did another phase in August 14th.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm asking though, Cypriot Donkey, is why are two key words stopping us from coming to a solution though?
It doesn't stop us. We're just trying to be factual in how things are being seen by different sides.
Yeah.
For example, we say it's an occupation. It's an occupation what's happening in northern Cyprus. The Turkish Cypriots will say it's not an occupation.
You see? Wording has supposed to be after 55 years, nearly 60 years, and we're still talking about 74. Right now.
No, we're not talking about 74. We're talking about today. What is it today?
It doesn't matter. Why don't you forget about today and look at tomorrow?
And that's
Think about tomorrow.
I agree. I'm just trying to have a conversation.
Yeah, but this is the whole problem, Donkey. If people start thinking about the past and look at the future and think about the future for the children, the world might be a better place.
I agree, but Yash, you have to remember that some people have lived through it and still remember what happened back in the day. That's
Listen, the biggest problem
people
happened in
are still
1945. The biggest problem happened in the first and Second World War. And if those guys can forget, I'm sure us little Cypriots can forget as well.
I agree, but exactly that's the point. We need to find a way to cooperate with each other instead of fighting each other, you know. And I don't really understand what's stopping us. Is it legality? Is it legality?
Politicians. It's the politicians now. Now it's the minute that gas was discovered, I knew there weren't going to be any. There was never going to be a solution. The minute oil and gas was discovered, and they all knew about it. It was there. They all knew it was there.
A long time ago, yes.
They probably knew from the 50s that oil and gas was there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why the bases are there and everything else. There's bigger power.
I know a fun fact. Did you know that in the Annan plan, the British bases were able to get a, how do you call it? They had rights to the sea as well, of 6 and 12 nautical miles, because of the fact that they are on the shore.
They done that in the Caribbean as well.
They don't have it right now, but if we were to sign the Annan plan, it would have been the case.
So is that why you voted Oxy?
I didn't vote. I was too young, but
it's Oki.
Oxy.
It looks like Oxy, but it's Oki.
Ochi.
Yes.
It's OHI.
Yeah, but when we spell it with an X,
it doesn't matter. We voted yes. You voted no. That was another opportunity that went by.
It was an opportunity.
We voted yes. You voted no. So
I didn't vote.
I'm just saying, the island voted no. The south voted no. The north voted yes. So what do you expect from those islanders now?
But you can't really, they might have voted no. I agree. When you put it like that, it sounds like we don't want the solution. I guess you have to really ask, why did they vote no?
Action speaks louder than words, Donkey.
Not really.
Because there's been lots of chances. Cruz Montana, this one, that one. There's been lots of opportunities. And, look at Northern Ireland, Southern Ireland.
You mean the Republic of Ireland and?
Yes. Why are you laughing?
It was a joke because you said Southern Ireland and Northern.
Whatever,
Not to, let's say, equate it with Cyprus as well.
Yeah, but they're divided. It's an island that's divided, just like this little one, no bigger than the side of Enfield. And look at it. Every world power has got his eye on it because it's strategically, it's the middle of the earth. It's a strategic point. Anyway, from me,
I don't know. Yeah.
I gotta go. It's past my bedtime. Gani Nikta to all you guys. All the best. Take care.
Yep. See you later. I didn't even see Gandalf pop up there.
What's up, bro?
How you doing, Gandalf? You good?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Cypriot Donkey.
Hello, Ray.
Where are you from, Ray?
I'm from Bath.
Bath. Nice, I'm from Iskele.
Oh, wait, Iskele Larnaca or Iskele in the north?
Iskele in the north. Rigomo.
Rigomo, yes.
Yeah.
How is the weather over there? It's kind of chilly today in Paphos.
In north side, a little bit hot.
Little bit hot, huh?
Yeah.
You from the north, Gandalf?
Yeah, I'm from the north.
What are you doing up there?
Well, right now I'm waiting for my military.
You're waiting for your military?
Yeah.
What, to pick you up?
I'm going in May. May 18.
Oh, okay.
Hey, don't go and cause any troubles, huh?
Always peace.
I don't
Always
want.
peace,
I don't
brother.
want. I don't want to be drafted.
In South, same also, yes?
South is chill, right? It's chill. Nothing going on.
No, I'm talking about military. It's mandatory, yes?
It's mandatory. For me, it was 2 years. Now it's 1 year and something, 14 months or something like that.
Same. Same in the north.
So how long are you doing in North, Gandalf? Yeah.
Sorry?
How long are you doing it for?
How long I'm doing military? 15 months.
Damn, that's quite a long time, don't you think, guys? Should
Yeah.
it not be shorter? I don't know.
We all wish
What are
it
you
was
lot doing
shorter,
there for
but
15 months? I don't really get it. No offense to the army, obviously, but
Listen, you go there,
yeah.
you do your basic training, and then you go and watch, smoke cigarette, and
Yeah, I could get a degree in
and
3
watch
months
anime.
if
That's
I
it.
want to. What am I doing there for 15
yes.
months? I don't get it. I mean, it sounds like a waste. I mean, you could learn what you learn in a month or two. Am I wrong?
It's not about learning and learning. It's about having the military personnel at the time that you need them. Malakias.
Yeah. I mean, you could still go. I mean, you've done your training for 2 months. I mean, is that not enough?
Not
Unfortunately, no.
Really?
Gandalf, how much you get paid in the army?
In the army, it depends. If you graduate from university, I think you get around 800 euros a month.
But you get a free
Really?
house. You get a free house as well, no?
No, but
No,
like if you're drafted, you get paid £800 a month,
euro
a euro.
in your currency.
But if you get like the mandatory service, you get paid €800.
If you graduate from university, yes. If you don't graduate, you get 300 euros a month.
Wow.
Okay, and that's
a big difference.
Yeah. How's the situation in Southside?
Oh, you tell us, man. Apparently 80% of your population wants a solution as a BBF, as a federation. Is that true?
Yeah, basically the Turkish Cypriots always want peace with the Greeks brothers.
But do they want a BBF solution? So not a two-state, but a federation, which is one government and two constituent states. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Apparently this is what the Turkish Cypriots want, but the problem is
But doesn't that contradict what Turkey wants or what Turkey is pushing for?
this is the problem, you know.
So
You
that is
cannot reason with a tiger when your head is in its mouth.
It's a good analogy, absolutely.
Yes.
Well, so what are you going to do then? So if you want a BBF but you're not allowed one, what's the plan?
Well, for me, I want peace, always peace. But there is bigger problem, and this is alliance with Israel, especially in Southside.
TC Rebel, I'm also talking about Erdogan, man. Erdogan was
Erdogan,
voted.
Israel, big problem.
In my opinion, Erdogan was voted because most people want a solution in form of a BBF. Maybe I'm wrong.
To be honest, Erdogan only wants control.
Sorry, you're saying Erdogan?
Yes.
Okay.
Are we talking about Erdogan?
If I say this, it's gonna be a big.
I was talking about Erdogan, but okay, yeah, go on. Tell us about Erdogan.
Oh, sorry, my English is not that good, you know.
No, don't worry. Did you vote for Erdogan?
Perfect.
Yeah, it's very good.
You mean Abdullah Tufan?
Erdogan, you know your current president.
Erdogan, yes.
Erdogan. Did you vote for him?
I didn't vote. I didn't vote no one.
Okay. Why?
Why? Because always, you know, how can I say? In here, all the presidents is working for Turkey, not for themselves. They always want profits for themselves. Doesn't think of the people. This is the problem in our side.
We have the same problem. Don't worry.
Now, in our side, especially in Iskele, we have Israel investing in all the lands. And there's rumors going around saying Mossad agents are roaming around.
No, I think they've been roaming around for many years.
Yes,
And I think that's how Christodoulis got himself in trouble for sure.
And my theory is, this is a theory by the way, I don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah.
I think Israel is pushing hatred against Turkish Cypriots and Greeks, brainwash them,
What do
and
you
then
don't think Israel is going after Turkey next? Surely not.
I think yes, I think it's
No,
going
man.
off to Turkey. Yes,
That's not going to happen. We know that's not
of
going to
course
happen.
it's not gonna happen, but
No.
they are planning it. You know.
Impossible, man.
So
Yeah.
sorry, I really need to drop off. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
mate.
no problem, man. No problem.
Good to speak to you,
Listen,
Gandalf. I'm gonna send you a message so I can come and have some kebab in Iskele
Always, bro. Welcome.
after you finish your military.
Don't forget to bring me pork sheftali.
Okay, my dad's a butcher, so I'm gonna bring you the best.
Are you there? Go on, son.
Thank you, brother. Take care.
Take care, guys. Bye bye.
See ya, mate. Gandalf, which part of Cyprus are you from? You said north, which part?
North Iskele, Trikoma.
Oh, Drigamo, okay.
Yeah,
How long were you born there?
I was born here.
Okay, both parents from Cyprus or are they from Turkey?
Both parents from Cyprus,
Okay, well done, mate.
Turkish Cyprus.
Turkish Cypriot.
Yeah.
So what, were they from the south before the war or were they?
Well, my mother's side, my grandparents was from, I think, Larnaca.
Oh, okay. Nice. And your other side?
The father's side, Altınova. It's a village, Turkish village.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Is that on the south, yeah?
No, the father's side north, mother's side south.
Oh, man, that's interesting. So have you got yourself a Cypriot ID or a ROC ID or have you not looked into it?
I didn't, how can I say, I didn't register for Cyprus passport.
Okay.
Because every time I try to go south, always problem.
Really? Why?
Well, sometimes when I pass south border, there's this old lady.
Old lady.
And my name is Turkish name.
Yeah.
Sometimes she doesn't allow me to go. Sometimes she does.
Yeah. It's a 50-50 then, yeah?
50-50. Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Oh, try and get your ID card. I'm sure you'll
Oh,
be
by
fine.
the way, my first friend was Greek when I was in London. I studied in London.
Okay. What did you study?
I was in primary school.
Oh, okay.
My first friend was Greek. I remember his name is Yanis.
We're all called Yanis, Andreas.
Yanis Andreas.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool names.
We recycle names. We're not creative. How you doing, Shaheen?
What's going on?
Yeah, we crashed and burned, bro. Sorry, I told Alex. I don't know if he told you.
Nah, you didn't tell me.
He couldn't break it to you, man. I didn't even get a chance to talk about it. Literally.
It is what it is, bro.
She got offended.
That one bites the dust.
Yeah, she just started. She was pissed at me. I was like, well, "What's wrong with having two, man? I have two."
Shit, I got you in trouble.
Yeah, I was like, "What's wrong with two? Go for it." Like,
That's jokes.
It's not the end of the world.
It's good. I didn't even know I requested, bro.
Yeah. So you're up.
Why is there a Turkish flag over here?
Historic blunders.
Yeah, mate. I mean, I don't think that Cyprus is a part of Turkey. It will never be. They invaded it.
Wait, what? Where did this
Greek.
come from?
Here we go.
Cyprus, Greek.
What
It's
kind
not
of Christian spelling hatred?
It's not hatred, mate. It is the truth. Turks came and invaded it.
Always peace, bro. Your religion is peace.
How did you come to the island? Did the Greeks come in peace?
You guys are always the invaders.
Did the Greeks come in peace?
Greeks were already there.
No, they weren't. Did they come in
were.
peace?
Yeah, they were there way
Did you come in
before the
peace?
Turks came. Way before the Turks
I
came.
see, bro.
Do you want to
You're
talk
coming
about
there-
Armenian genocide? I mean,
you were coming,
I was
you were
under
coming
the
there
Muslims,
with
you
the
know?
hallelujah, yeah? Kumbaya.
Yeah, I was
How you
because
came
of
to
the Muslims, you
Cyprus.
know? Is that what Islam teaches you?
Is that how you
Like-
come, yeah?
Yeah,
my
mate.
lord.
Islam
That's how
teaches
you-
you genocide 1.5 million
Yeah.
Armenians.
You come with plates of flounders, yeah? That's how you come to Cyprus.
Exactly.
Okay,
I'll tell you
that's
one
fine.
thing, mate. I'll tell you one thing. Killing 1.5 million Armenians is not a part of Islam. I'll tell you that one, mate.
That's brilliant. Good
Yeah,
for you.
mate.
Nice off.
Yeah, man.
I mean, you have an Islamic verse, لا تحزن إن الله معنا. Like, don't be sad, God was with you. But killing 1.5 million Armenians is justified.
Did you just say
Oh, so
something
where
in
you
Arabic?
from? Yeah, he's quoting
Where
my
are you
thing
from,
in my
bro?
bio. He's an Arab.
Where are you from?
I was born in Iraq. That's why.
In
You're
where?
born in where?
Iraq. That's why I can speak Arabic.
You were born in
What's your
Iraq.
background?
Yeah,
What are
what?
you?
Armenian.
What are you?
Armenian Azerbaijani.
Yeah, but you got an Orthodox icon on your
Yeah,
One,
because I'm
image.
one minute,
Christian.
one minute,
This
one
guy is
minute.
confused as fuck, bro. Is what
Not
he is.
confused,
One
mate.
minute,
I'm
bro.
Orthodox
Sorry.
Christian. There are a lot of
Armenian,
Orthodox Christians.
Azerbaijani. Armenian or Azerbaijani? Which one?
He's an
Yeah,
Armenian
in Tabriz. You know
Azerbaijani, born
Tabriz.
in
There are
Iraq.
Armenians living there, mate.
Okay.
This guy's like, don't even know anything about Middle East.
That's great, bro.
You know about Armenians, bro. We got them in Cyprus. We know
You
all
know
about
that.
Armenians.
Yeah, I believe that all Christians are the same. You know, I support Greece. I support Greece, Armenia, these Christian countries, except like Muslim countries like
But
Turkey.
bro, that's causing division in the world when you talk. Oh, you
Yeah,
Innit?
I mean, if
This
you
is talking
count
support
rubbish,
killing
bro. Just
1.5
I
million
only
Armenians,
support
obviously
Muslim
there will be
countries.
division.
End of the day, doesn't it say in all religious books we're all God's people, whether they're the same religion or not? So it's not nice to
I
talk
mean, to
like
be fair, the text
Michael,
came
why
from
are you trying to
Septuagint.
reason with this guy, bro?
that. I
Like,
know because
why? That
I
you not
don't
learned your
understand.
lesson the last year, bro. Just let him talk his bullshit and get on it with his evening.
Shahin is talking, by the way.
We're
Come
all
on,
God's
man.
people,
You
bro.
got your 5 seconds of glory. Go ahead. You got the floor.
This guy is like tapped. It's tapped. It's tapped in the air.
Did you say tapped?
Yeah.
That
Okay.
is a
Thank
link.
you.
I
Right,
don't
now
know
we
what you
can
said, bro.
have a conversation.
Do you know what the joke is? I guarantee you, he's not even religious. I can
I don't know.
guarantee
You can read Arabic because he read my bio, and that was about it. I didn't
that
care.
don't mean shit. Religious people
Yeah.
don't talk like that. Of any religion, people don't who are religious don't speak
No, I
like that.
think
True.
uneducated people who are religious talk like that. No, I keep saying it, man. Like, there's some of the most dangerous people are people who are uneducated that hold the strongest convictions, bro. You can't convince these people they're wrong, and they could be so wrong and strong. It's incredible. So, what's the point in you trying to talk sense to him? Let him talk his bullshit. Let him tire himself out, and let him fuck off like he did, and we can have a conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Jan Hass agrees with you there, Shane.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, how you doing, Berna?
I'm good, guys. How are you all? You
Yeah.
haven't been around for long, for ages, Soft. What's happened?
Yeah, got some stuff going on, some personal stuff.
Well, I hope it all
Yeah.
goes well, whatever it is.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Soft, did you sign the Netflix deal?
No, man, no. It's not that. It's worse than that. I've just got issues with the mum. Issues with the mum now. She's not
Oh,
well.
sorry
Excuse
to hear
She's
me.
that.
not well. Yeah,
Sorry
she's
to
not
hear
well.
that.
Yeah, she's yeah.
Oh, is that
Trying
real?
to
Like
trying to make it through. Yeah, trying to make it through. Yeah.
your mum's not well.
No, not well. No.
Oh shit, bro. I hope she gets
Yeah.
well soon, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's the hardest thing in the world watching your parents get older and
Bro, I
Yeah.
don't, I
you've
don't
not
want to
got
talk
a
about
lot
it,
of
bro.
time. That it's hard, man. It's hard. My mum's 74. Do you know what I mean? So it's
I
hard.
don't like to talk about this, bro, at all. Like
Yeah, no,
the
no.
thought of me losing my mum, bro, I would light the fucking world
You
on
never
fire,
lose
bro.
them,
I
though,
can't.
bruv. Listen, I lost my
Nah, I
dad
can't.
I lost my dad over 20 years ago. You never lose them. They're always with you. They're a part of you always. So, do you know what I mean?
True.
Your parents made you who you
Yes,
are. So
man.
you never lose
You know
them.
what it is, yeah? Like I'm such a mummy's boy. It's incredible, bro, and I'm proud of it as well. Yeah, my mum's
That's good,
like
man.
my best mate. She's my hero, my role model. She's everything. My mum, my dad, everything rolled up into one. So the idea that if something happens in my life and there's gonna come a time where I can't go and turn to my mum and say, "Yo, mum, what's up?" Whatever, yeah, or just go to her with whatever. That idea, yeah. I told her before, I'd rather go before you do, bro. I don't want to see that day.
Thank you, Ali.
It's a cold world we live in, man. As you
You
get
you're
older,
a long way from there anyway, mate. Don't worry about it. You're a very long way from that.
Inshallah.
Is your mum here, Soft, in England, or?
Yeah, in England, yeah, in the UK. I mean,
Well, do you know what the
she's
thing
not
is?
been well. Yeah, she's not been well for a long time. So it's just sort of end of life now. End of life.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Fuck. Sorry, bro.
Yeah. It's all right. It's good. I mean, it's life, isn't it? It's so
how
good.
old is
So
your
good.
mum?
Let's
How old
get
is
say
your
again.
mum, son? Don't mind me
She's
asking.
63.
It's just that's way.
Yeah,
Young
look,
man.
everyone's got their time. My dad was 63 6 months ago, so sounds like that's the right age,
Yeah, they must have had you young, man. How old were they when they had you?
No, I don't know. To be fair, probably mid-20s, maybe early 20s. I don't know.
My dad was 60 when he passed, and that was over 20 years ago. And I swear I'm around the same age as you.
I'm 36.
Yeah, well, I'm older than you by a couple of years.
Oh, okay, close. Yeah, so I've been doing my other stuff as well. My AI stuff. So yeah, I've been offline. But yeah, it's all right. We can get on with
I
it.
saw
We can get on
something
with
come up
Cyprus.
actually for you, your construction or something that you were advertising. I think an app.
Oh, did it come up?
Yeah, it came
Okay,
up.
good. The ads are working then. That's great.
You've been doing them Arteta AI videos, yeah?
Yeah. I built this little app, so it's getting there, man. It's getting traction.
Have you been doing the Arsenal ones? Did you do the one where the Arteta had the chair thrown at him?
Nah, man, I don't watch the football stuff.
I'm joking.
Oh, we've got Suat here. I haven't spoken to Suat for fucking weeks, man.
Oh,
What's
About
going on?
Mama.
Island Bear.
Wishing you all very, very good evening
Oh, man.
and speed recovery for your mama. So
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
I'm
How we
shocked
doing?
that sorry, go on.
Yeah. How you doing? You good?
I'm good, man.
Where you
I'm
been hiding?
happy. I just pulled myself out. I mean, I was listening. I wasn't even going to come up. Here in Cyprus, and I believe that Alex rushed him. He just
What?
rushed him with a fact. I hope he comes back on Cyprus Donkey.
When was this, Suat?
Sorry, bro.
When was this? When did this happen?
When did it open up? Cyprus Donkey was talking about the things that it's not really fact, and Alex just roasted him in the right way. We shouldn't spread things that it's not happening.
Because do you know what it is, Suat? It's because I
In
wasn't there.
Cyprus, in
I
Peter,
wasn't
bro.
there to
No,
see
it's all
the.
done and gone. Alex served him right.
Michael wasn't
Doing
there
what
to
he had
gaslight everyone.
I'm proud what you was just saying earlier on about your mama, Shaheen, man. Same as me. I've been looking after her over 3 years now. Packed everything in. She's 83. I lift her up, and I think that is the most important thing in our lives, to take care
Yeah,
of the one who gives us first.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, well done, son. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the Cyprus stuff. Did you wanna say anything, Berna, when you came up for Cyprus, or
No, I was
were you
just
in Congo?
I think one of the words you asked about was the difference between invasion and stuff. I think the difference for me is, and we were on another live a couple of last week or something, and I think when you, as a Cypriot Turk, when you're born and raised in this country, and you're constantly told that the Turks invaded Cyprus, the Turks invaded Cyprus. The reason I think we get a little bit defensive about that word is because actually, for us, it wasn't about an invasion. It was about actually probably we might not even have the families we have today if that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And that's why we see that as an intervention. And obviously everyone's got their own side and their own story of what happened, etc. But I think that's where it sort of gets you, because you're kind of almost told your whole life that you're in the wrong. And it's like, well, hold on a minute. Where did my family come from then? Where did my ancestors come from? Like, we're Cypriot just as much as the Greek Cypriot. So I think that's what the difference is for us in those two words.
I get those words are very sensitive, but is that enough to stop a solution?
No, I don't think it's got anything to do with the solution, but I think it gets a Cypriot Turks back up when it's like more accusing, like the fingers pointing, you're in the wrong. That's what it means to us. It's that, invasion is like you're in the wrong for what happened. And actually, no, there's two sides to each story, and it's not about right or wrong. We suffered just as much, and we belong there, and we're Cypriots as well. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's the division. But does it stop us from coming to a solution? Absolutely not. It's a completely different You know,
That's what I'm asking. I know it shouldn't be said, but if it was, could you guys live with that? If it was just
well,
constantly,
it's said anyway, isn't it? It's
yeah,
no one's going
in
to
a
stop it from
solution.
being
I mean,
said. Yeah,
in a solution,
yeah. I
you could
don't
live
think it
with
would
that. Yeah.
affect the solution. I mean, the solution is a completely different ballgame.
But I
Unfortunately, the
think it does.
solution.
I think we set a narrative if you allow them to say that it was an invasion, because you're just rewriting history at that point. You're rewriting a narrative, and then that's how it will be remembered from 100 years from now. And that cannot be allowed to happen.
Listen, guys, you see with these certain things about the Cyprus topic, we've just got to own certain things, yeah? Like the
Yeah,
Greeks
but
need to own
we won't own the fact
monogamy
that,
and the
bro,
atrocities they done.
we won't own the fact that it was an invasion. The whole point of
But
this,
then
if you, no, hold on
but
one sec. You know what
yeah,
it
go
leads
on.
into, Michael? It leads into accountability. Huh? The fact that you would call it an invasion is a lack of accountability on the Greek part. It wasn't an invasion. They had every single right. I'm not going to go into it, but they had every single right to intervene under the Treaty of Guarantee. Yeah. So, and you want to talk about Attila 1 versus Attila 2? You can spend the next 50 years if you want talking about that. That's not my problem. Yeah. I'm not talking about that. But the act in and of itself to come there was absolutely legal under the Treaty of Guarantee, and it was an intervention. If you want
We've
to
all agreed
say,
on that.
okay,
We've
so
all
this is
agreed on
why it's
that.
important, because it's just about accountability, isn't it? So you
Yeah, but
can't,
it doesn't say in the
you're not gonna,
Constitution.
no, bro. My point is,
Wait,
yeah,
it didn't say in the
you
Constitution that you can force people from their homes.
say that
Like
again, bro.
that's where we're getting the invasion from. The people that were forced from on both sides. You could say there was an invasion on the south by the
That's not how
ROC.
I get what you're saying, Michael. But when is it ever when is it from a Greek perspective ever told that way? All you hear is the Turkish invasion. Bollocks! I'm not hearing it, bro. And this is what happens because Turkish people they always start off on the back foot, bro. You notice me? I'm never on the back foot because I want to allow you to talk like that. What invasion?
No,
What are you talking
I
about?
don't talk like that. I
No,
don't
not
use
you,
those
Michael. I'm
words.
not talking to you. I'm just talking in general. Yeah.
But
When
just
Greek Cypriots talking about what happened, it's always the Turkish invasion. No, it's not. Sorry, we're gonna stop right there and we're gonna tell it for what it is, and then we move forward because this is about accountability. End of story.
just to add some controversy to that. So let's say what happened in 74 and let's say Greece got what they wanted and they tied Cyprus into Greece and all of that. Would that have been considered an invasion? Would we be
Well, it
talking
was.
about that as an
It
invasion
was
today?
though. Berna, it was an invasion, but that's not spoke about though, is it?
But
That's
that's what I'm
part of
trying
the
to say.
reason.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be talking about that today, would we?
That's part of the reason why the status quo has sort of been accepted by the international community because of
No, we
Greece's
don't buy
involvement.
it, Michael, bro. Sorry.
It was because if Turkey
No,
come,
I'm saying we don't buy it. The people that you need to come to an agreement with, you can agree with the whole entire earth. It makes no difference because the actual people you need to come to an agreement with is us. Yeah, and we don't buy that stuff. We don't buy the fact that you purposely you have a selective memory, right? Right, and you don't include what happened in was it July 14th or was it the week before? I can't remember the date. Right, when the Greeks came over from Greece, you conveniently leave that out, that invasion, right? But then you call the Turkish intervention an invasion. This is, bro. This is can't.
we've been over the junta invasion, and I pointed out a lot of facts to you lot before about it.
Michael,
Not
look, I'm not
defending
talking
them.
about me and you. I'm just talking
No,
about when
no,
this
I'm talking about the
conversation is.
junta now.
No, no, I
They
know,
weren't
but
the
I'm not
they
talking
weren't the
about
official
your position,
government.
bro. And I'm not talking about my position. I'm just talking about in
Okay.
general, when this conversation is taking place, this is how it usually goes. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, people are not educated, man. You need to get educated on
But
the
you remember that guy that came on from South Africa, and the first thing he said as he came on, yeah, Cyprus is Greek, it should be tied in with Greeks. And I think, Michael, it was you, as a Greek Cypriot, you're telling him you've got your facts wrong. And he's still sitting there arguing about what he, and this is what I mean. If you're not Cypriot, you don't even understand what happened.
Hmm.
say you can't say that. This is what I base my whole um, theory of Cyprus on, is that we sat down in 1960 and agreed to form a republic, and we agreed to that. Now, forget about what happened after. The fact that we sat down and we agreed like men with the mother countries there, with Great Britain there, and we agreed to be a republic. It's over. The whole Greece talk, the whole Enosis talk, it died that day. We sat down and agreed to it. So if we didn't want it, we shouldn't have agreed to it. But the fact that we agreed to it, that's over.
Yeah, so that's another thing because then you go into the narrative that he was basically coerced, if you want to use that word, into signing it, where he was forced to sign that that agreement to create the republic. And then the second part of that or the other side of that coin is that the constitution was doomed to fail, right? But then you have someone like what's his name? Clarides, something like I can't remember his name. In his book, he wrote a book. I forget the name. I'll find it in a second. He says that no, that narrative is not true. That the constitution was absolutely workable. So I don't know which one to believe. Was it workable or
Well,
was it not
probably,
workable?
but
Was he
we
coerced
just
into signing it, or did he not want it? Did he
I
want
don't
it?
know. We need to look into that because I'm sure they were coerced somehow. Because I don't think they would have willingly agreed to the British bases. Obviously, the Brits had something over them to make them agree to it. But bear in mind that the Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots agreed to it unilaterally. We both agreed to the Republic and the British bases, etc., etc. So they've obviously had something over us. Or I'm pretty sure high-ranking politicians, both Greek Cypriot and Turkish Cypriot, were probably bribed and they must have been, or brown envelopes must have flown around. But let's be honest, something like that must have happened. We don't know it, but I bet my bottom dollar something like that happened. Or they just said to them, if you guys want to be free, it's under these terms, like it or lump it, and they liked it.
Mm.
But at that
But they
point
must.
there, I believe if they really wanted to carry on with the whole we want to be part of Greece thing, they wouldn't have agreed to it. But they did agree to it. So that's why the whole talk of being part of Greece, that died then, you know.
Bro, to be
And
honest with you, like you can take this however you want, but it reminds me so much of the Zionists. When they signed in '48, right? When they declared the state of Israel, right? Um, Ben Gurion, he said it. He's quoted to have said it himself, and you can look it up. That they were never ever going to agree to the territory that was set out by the UN in '48. That their plan was always to expand. So that sort of narrative is eerily similar to me. Yeah. Like even if they didn't agree to it, and the plan was always to do this because they knew they didn't want it, they only did it for now. And the constitution was so unworkable that they were planning to have an office anyway, right? And all of this stuff just stinks. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, but when we're talking about Enosis, when we talk about Ayoga B, we're talking about a minority of this is what people got to realize. It wasn't the majority of Greek Cypriots. I've estimated before. If we was to, how many people backed Enosis and backed Ayoga B, it's
So
probably
that it
about.
was like no, apparently it was like 90 something percent. But
That was
apparently
before
that poll,
1960. That was before 1960. They held that election. Now
I,
I've
I
said it
don't even
before.
think that was to the general public. I think that
No,
was that
well,
poll
they
was
say
done by the
people were
church.
undressed during that vote because they done the vote in the Greek Orthodox Church, and
Yeah, that's
apparently
the one
people
I'm
were
talking about.
undressed for that. But at that
But I
time, I
don't
mean,
know.
that might have even been in the 40s or or early 50s. They done that vote, but
But
I mean, we're
regardless, it
talking about
shows you
post
that the idea
1960.
was there way before the issue started.
Yeah, because the idea was there, Shaheen, because the Greeks and Turks fought a bloody war for about 150, 200 years, claiming territory on each other. We can't just leave that out of the Cyprus scenario. It doesn't just
No,
start in Cyprus.
you can though, because you're either part of the motherland or you're not. And we were either neighbors and getting
Yeah,
along, and everything was
the
hunky
reason
dory until they
Cyprus weren't
happened. No, it
able to
wasn't.
be Yeah, but the reason Cyprus was not able to be part of that great Greco-Turkish war and the Greeks and Turks to settle it on the battlefield, the reason it wasn't part of it was because the Brits had it. Now, if the
But
Brits didn't have it,
What
Cyprus
you're
would have been
saying,
part
yeah,
of the Greco-Turkish war. Do
Michael,
you
what you're
understand,
saying,
Shane?
I get it, bro, but what you're saying, yeah, is a bit of a contradiction, yeah? Because the narrative is always, oh, when the British came, they fucked everything up. We were getting along, we were like brothers, we were living and we were babysitting each other's children, and we were speaking Turkish and you guys were speaking Greek, and it was so this and so that. But then on the other hand, you're saying, but really, the idea of Enisis goes back to the 40s, and had we had the opportunity, we would have killed each other earlier. Which one is it?
There's two different types of people that wanted Enosis, yeah? There's people that wanted Enosis and they wanted the Turkish Cypriot to be part of it and to be part of, the wider Greek nation. And then there's the other people that wanted to unalive the Turkish Cypriots. Now, once a lot of Greek Cypriots realized with this Ayoga B, it entailed, unaliving fellow Turkish Cypriots. A lot of people weren't
Mm,
on board with that shit. The majority weren't. I've said it before. Like when we talk about the destruction of Cyprus, we're talking about 15%. Well, I talk about the
mm,
Greek Cypriot population. We're talking about 10 to 15% that spoiled it for everyone. When we talk
mm-hmm.
about Ayoga B, they unalived 600 TCs. They unalived 500 Greeks, Cypriots as well. So, we have to
What,
look at that.
Eokahu?
B, LGB.
Oh, have you seen the numbers on AOK?
Well, that's something I needed to delve into. I'll be honest with you, I haven't had a chance to
Let
look
me.
into all that.
I don't know. I'll invite him, but I don't know if he'll come. He can pull the book
Yeah,
up and you
Muzzy
can see
told
the
me that
numbers.
before. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he
I
can
mean,
pull the numbers up,
listen,
bro. That thing, the whole idea, like even going back to AOK, yeah, the idea that it was guerrilla warfare against it was a freedom fighter movement against the colonialists in Cyprus, right? However, they were also targeting military infrastructure, military buildings and stations and personnel, right? This is the narrative that gets spun in these lives. When you look at the numbers,
Sorry,
they
breakfast.
diff.
Out of respect to Alex, I won't be able to bring you up tonight, unfortunately. Yeah, sorry, guys. Go on.
Um, the dispropor if you look at the numbers, they listen carefully, yeah, disproportionately killed more civilians than they did any military personnel and any service members or any police members, and they disproportionately killed Greek Cypriots specifically, right? So you tell me this is a freedom fighter movement that is supposed to get rid of the colonial presence on the island, but they disproportionately kill more civilians than any police, military, or service members, meaning even firefighters and the like. Yeah, explain that to me.
well, I'd need to look into that. That's something that Muzzy brought up last time, but I'm sure they weren't unaliving random civilians. It must have been people that were cooperating with the British or had jobs in British bases and people that they saw as
That's your
traitors.
speculation, Michael.
That's speculation, but I need to look. I need someone like Banner, who's Panos down there, someone like that who knows
Just
his shit
ask
a little bit.
Muzzy for the book. Yeah, I've invited him. I don't think he's gonna come. Yeah, just ask
He
Muzzy
brought
for the
that all
name
up
of the
anyway.
book.
Anyway, there's no point going over all of that anyway because it's before 1960. I don't care about anything before 1960. We could talk. We could talk for hours and
But
hours
I
about.
know, but you brought it up before 1960 about how they took the poll and that they wanted it demonstrated in the 40s,
No,
and
because I
we
was
could have
talking
went to war
about how
before that.
after 1960 people didn't feel like that.
Well, I
Do you
don't
see
think that's
what I
true.
mean?
I don't think that's true.
No, people did feel like. Well, why we kept the Republic then? Why we once we become our own side, and why didn't we try and join Greece afterwards? Because we realized we fell on our feet. We're like, fuck, it's the first time in our history. Let's talk about the Greek Cypriots for a minute. The
Well,
first time in our history, in 3,500 years, we've run our own affairs. Not the Greeks, not the Venetians, not the Ottomans, not the British. Not can you imagine that we've been the majority of the island for 3,500 years and never got to run it ourselves? Like, don't you think that's going to cause frustration, guys? Do you
and
see
I
what
don't
I
know. I
mean?
can't speak. I can't speak on behalf of Greek Cypriots. I can only give you my observation, and that from talking to Greek Cypriots, they have a grudge against mainland Greece because of the shit that they caused them. Not only did they cause the shit, they left them in the shit when it came time for it, and that's probably one
They
very
got
good
the grudge.
reason. That's
They've
probably
got the
one
grudge.
very
Even
good
those people
reason
that
why
say
as
that,
to why you didn't
even
join
those
them.
Greek, yeah, even those Greek Cypriots that say, fuck Greece and this, then they're uneducated as well because they need to realize that Greece had an illegal junta government who was backed by, and you can Google this, by the way, if who were backed by and funded by the CIA. That's who they were backed by. That's who was funding them. That's who gave them arms to overthrow the Greek government. You need to know that this is Greek history now we're getting into, but we need to know that that was not the legitimate government of Greece. The legitimate government of Greece never wanted Cyprus. They got offered Cyprus on several occasions. They could have had Cyprus. They never actually made a play for Cyprus ever. The only Greek government that ever made a play for Cyprus was the illegal one.
But Michael, now you're scapegoating. Now you're shifting the blame to somebody else. Like I don't care if the
But that's the
CIA did.
truth, though.
I don't.
That's
I
that's
don't.
that's what
No,
100% the
no. But even
100%
if it
truth.
happened, I get it. I get it. I'm not denying the CIA had some involvement. Every intelligence agency in the West. I don't care who it was, Michael. Yeah, it doesn't make it right. Yeah. And again, this conversation started about accountability. Yeah, right? And the narrative and how it's and how this when this conversation happens, how it's presented to the public and how it's portrayed, right? So you telling me about the CIA, okay, fine. If you want to just talk from a historical fact and just set out the series of events, okay. But it just seems always the CIA gets thrown in and the British gets thrown in as a way to shift the blame. I'm sorry. Those
They were involved in it.
No, they can be involved as much as they want, bro. It wasn't the
But
British
why
and
were
the
they involved?
Americans, bro. It wasn't the
Why are they
British. I
backing
don't,
the?
bro. That's not the point, Michael. It wasn't the British and the Americans that were picking up rifles and walking into Turkish villages and
No, it
unaliving
was
those
a
people,
minority of Yogabi. It was not the
right?
majority of Greek Cypriots.
So this is what I mean, Michael. Like for you, that
Yeah,
might be important. For us, give a shit because it was our people that were, as well as yours, yeah,
yeah.
that were
Well,
getting unalived. Like we don't care who it was. Like we just want the people who were pulling the trigger, yeah, to be held accountable. End of story.
listen, at that time in Cyprus, things got out of hand, you know, and we was in that position, whether the junta even come or not. We was in a position where something was going to happen somehow. Now, I've always said my greatest regret on the Cyprus events was that Greek Cypriots weren't more smart after 1960. They couldn't sit there and think their brain and think, you know what, we've got this republic. Let's bring the Turkish Cypriots even closer. Let's have good relations with Turkey. Why couldn't they use their fucking brain? That's what pissed me
Yeah,
off
I
the
don't
most
know, bro.
about this
Another
whole
question I have, I don't
situation.
know if you wanna offer some thought on it, is that people always blaming Turkey, yeah, for a lot of the issues. That's just deflection as far as I'm concerned. However, if that's the case, why did it take 8 years of negotiations? Yeah? Sorry, not 8 years, 9 years of negotiations before the declaration of the TRNC. If it was so simple, why didn't they come to an agreement for 9 whole years before the TRNC was declared? That's one. And then if they so much want to be together, why is it that they've shot down every agreement that has been proposed, right? Look at, you know, every plan that's been proposed. Turks have been voting in favor of a solution, and Greeks have been uh, uh, voting against it, right? So it's taken 52 years now, right? So 8 years before the declaration of the TRNC, you had an opportunity for, sorry, 9 years you had to negotiate directly with Turkey, right? To what do you call it? Uh, to reinstate the constitution, and then even since then you have had 52 years, and every plan you said no to, Yani. I'm sorry, man. Like there's only so much blame shifting you can do.
No, well, that's when it brings us up to modern day, and this is what I say to Greek Cypriots: we need to decide what we want. If you don't want to have a united sovereign Cyprus, and we do like the way things are, and we want to run our own affairs, which I can understand that, you know, we shouldn't just think let's just leave it like that and let's just veto everything and let's not agree to anything. You know, the best thing we can do, people are gonna go mad if I say this. Let's negotiate the best two-state we can get while the cards are in our hand. If that's what you guys want, you can't see yourselves sharing the government with the Turkish Cypriots and that. This is where Greek Cypriots need to make their mind up because this
Mm.
waiting game is not good for anyone. But I want a united republic. That's what I want. But do all the people want it? I don't know.
I
The
don't know.
Greek
You had a
Cypriots.
guy up here earlier, Gandalf, and I don't agree with what he said. He had a very good analogy. You can't negotiate with a tiger when your head is in its mouth. Yeah, I don't agree with that. It's good. It's a very good analogy, but I don't agree with his usage of it because he's trying to say that the Turkish Cypriots have their head in Turkey's mouth, basically, and Turkey represents the tiger. I don't agree with that at all. Yeah, right. When you look at it, they've backed every plan. As a matter of fact, as soon as Erdogan came in, he was pushing for reunification.
So what are they
Not two
backing
state.
now? What are they backing now,
Now
Sean?
it's different. Now they're saying the only solution that exists is the status quo.
Doesn't that go against what the Turkish Cypriots want? Not you, I mean majority of them.
I don't know. Don't know. I don't know exactly what they want. I can't speak for every Turkish
We
Cypriot.
can guess. We can have an educated guess and say if they voted Erdogan and if some of them, well, 500 of them had a consensus of 80% that they
I
want a
think
BBF.
well, let's just say one thing. Yeah, the people that want one state solution, meaning reunification, they're absolutely a minority. Okay, right? If anything, you're gonna have the two the biggest or the two big majorities. I don't even know if that's the right terminology. Are people that want two-state solution or people that want to be a BBF.
So
Yeah.
can you tell me, because I don't know, does Erdogan and Erdogan and Erdogan agree right now? Are they on the same page?
Well, even if they're not, Erdogan is never ever gonna make that public. because the moment he makes that public is the moment that he's done. Now you gotta understand, man. Like when a country backs you to the teeth, yeah, is literally the what do you call it? The pacemaker around your heart that makes it beat, yeah, for 52 years, right? Feeding you, clothing you, whatever, yeah. And they have constantly pushed for a solution, constantly pushed for a reunification, mind you, not a two-state solution, yeah. And they've done everything in good faith to make sure that something happens.
Yeah.
In the end,
Shaheen, can I ask you?
go
Can I
on.
ask you something? Let's think of this as a business for a sec. Everything that Turkey's invested, have they got a return on their investment?
They will never get a return on their investment.
So they haven't been paid back
What
for what they've
are they
done.
paying them? They're paying them in fucking helim. What are they going to pay them with?
I don't know. What could it be? I mean,
What are they going to pay them with?
There must be something. I mean, surely Turkey's not just, you know,
I think
Dropping
that kind
cash,
of
dropping
answers
cash.
your.
The only way that they're going to probably benefit is that what do you call it? Flights, right? Sending goods and buying goods and all of this thing, like taxes. Like I think this is the way that, like, import taxes and export taxes and things like that. This is the only way that they're going to benefit, right?
Yeah, but let's say
But
Turkey builds a
now
road.
huh?
Let's say Turkey builds a road in North Cyprus.
Yeah, they do that all the time.
I mean, do they not tax that and get it back?
No, I don't think so. What are you talking about, like a council tax, road tax?
Yeah. Like how much tax from the north
that
goes to Turkey?
That goes to the TRNC.
All of it.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware.
It's an interesting question. I just wanna understand, because obviously you need to give and receive.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Like they have done. Like, I don't even know of another situation where another country has done that for other people, right?
Ultimate question.
I mean, let me give you my opinion on that, Sof, because it is a good question, but I think, you know, it's not so black and white. It's not a business. And it comes back to what we talk about Turkish identity. You know, a Turkish Cypriot is first and foremost a Turk. And I've said before, you can be a Turk from Cyprus, you can be a Turk from Bulgaria, you can be a Turk from Azerbaijan, but the people in Turkey, the government, the institutions, the state, the deep state even, honour and respect Turks wherever they are around the world and do their best to support them. So the Cyprus issue, having been under Turkish Ottoman control for hundreds of years, having lost it to the British, the Turks still had an affinity. They still had a connection. And that last connection was the Turkish Cypriots. And they just couldn't stand idly any longer. It wasn't about money, it wasn't about income, it wasn't about assets, it wasn't about strategic roadmaps. It was about how long could they stand and watch the Turkish Cypriots get annihilated. And in the end, they come in and saved our asses.
I get what you're saying, Escape, and I totally respect what you're saying about the people. But the way I'm trying to understand the ultimate question. Has Turkey received?
I think what Sophie's saying is there's no such thing as a free lunch.
Yeah, have they been repents for what they've done? That's what I'm trying to understand. Are you equal? Are you equal now, or do you still owe them?
I remember we had a Turkish guy come up on a live about a year and a half ago. He was a Turk from Turkey, and he was really angry at the Turkish Cypriots because, in his opinion, we'd been a thorn in their side. We'd been holding back Turkey from excelling economically, militarily, politically, the sanctions, the embargoes, the handbrake that has been placed on Turkey's growth because of Cyprus.
It's just a perception of Turkey in the international community.
Yeah, you know, so really the intervention in Cyprus, but hasn't paid off, and may not pay off
I don't know this. Maybe you know, Escape. Does Turkey use North Cyprus as a tax haven?
I mean, I don't know, but you know, I mean, there's lots of casinos, but
So it's a
There's
maybe.
rumours of things like that, and you know what? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But my opinion on this whole thing, it's not about finance. It's not about getting anything back. It's about the Turks are very much, you know, they will fight for their land, and no matter how, I don't know, from a Greek Cypriot's point of view, you know, Cyprus is still, in their eyes, a part of a Turkish land, right? And it's about pride. It's about that was ours and we're not going to let it go. And I think it all it's not about we'll get something back for it. It's not about any financial gain from it. It's about they're not going to let a piece of land that they have
Yeah,
go without a fight.
I
And that's what it
understand that.
comes down
I
to.
You see
understand that,
what you
but do
just
you not
said there,
think
though?
that Turkey might give up? Turkey might give up North Cyprus if they join the EU, then?
I don't know. I don't think. I don't know. I just don't think Turkey would give up Cyprus, and I don't want them to. So
the thing is,
Remember,
Turkey's already given that you know incentive or that promise with the Annan plan. You know that they said go and do a deal, sort yourselves out, solidify and protect your people's future on the island, get political equality, become a decision maker, and we'll step aside. We don't need to be there forever. And they'd probably love to use it as a bargaining chip when it comes to EU and you know other areas. But it's ultimately down to the Cypriots to do the deal.
yeah, very true.
Sorry, Michael. I think you were. I think I might have interrupted you earlier, mate.
No, that's all right. I mean, what I was going to say earlier. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. Is it Bema? What she was
Bema.
saying about how the Turks always looked at Cyprus and it was still theirs, and the Turkish Cypriot brothers and sisters need to realize. Yes, I agree about the oppression of the Turkish Cypriots, and Turkey always wanted the part of Cyprus. Forget the Turkish Cypriots for a minute. They always had an eye on taxing and spilling the island. Let's not be foolish here. It wasn't all just about
Nah,
Cypriots. They
we've been
always
over
wanted
this,
taxing.
Michael.
Guys, there's not
Taksim was a
enough of that.
reaction to,
Listen,
bro. Taksim was a reaction to Enosis.
yeah, but listen what I'm saying to you, yeah? The Greeks and the Turks were both getting involved. They were both sending their I've said it before, you know. My uncle was unalived in 1963 by the Turkish National Guard, not the TMT, not Turkish Cypriots. In 1963, he was done by an air raid by the Turkish military. So the Greeks and the Turks have been getting involved in Cyprus well before 1974. They both had troops stationed there. There's a lot of misinformation that people don't know about. The Greeks and
Well,
Turks
I'm
getting
sorry to hear
involved in
about your uncle.
Cyprus long before 74. They were
I'm
both
sorry
getting
to
there.
yeah, I'm sorry to hear about your uncle. Number one, two,
Bro, it's
Taksim.
all
Like it's
good.
just there's no bro. I don't even know how. That's like telling me the sky is not blue, bro. Like, I don't know how else to say this to you. Yeah, Taksim was a reaction to Enosis. I don't understand like how else I can tell
Say
you
that,
that.
but look what Burma said. They always looked at it like it was ex-Ottoman land, and they weren't happy with how they lost it. And you think Turkey didn't feel like that? You think Turkey weren't pissed that they lost near enough every single island to the Greeks? You
Bro,
think that?
if that was the case, yeah, they weren't
Of
happy
course,
with
it
it. But
pissed
so
them off.
what?
They lost Crete, they lost Rhodes, they lost Castellarizo. Do you think they were happy that they didn't end up with one island? You think it
Bro,
didn't
I
piss them
don't.
off?
To be honest with you, bro. Then that just because they're not happy, what do you think now that Turkey has some sort of top secret plan to regain all former Ottoman territory, including Greece?
No, but what is with Cyprus?
No, the answer is exactly that. No.
Cyprus
So
was
why
But
would
hold on,
you let?
can
Cyprus
I
was
just say
silly up
something?
for
What
grabs.
if
Hold
the
on, hold
But
on.
CIA
after
was to
Saddam
ask
Hussein
for it?
Hold
resigned,
on, hold on.
Cyprus weren't in NATO. It was like the last battlefield for the Greeks and the Turks. It was the last little scrap for them to
I
fight.
think, bro, Michael, with all due respect, bro, I think this idea only exists in the imagination of of Greek Cypriots. And I'm talking about the civilians. There is absolutely no solid basis, facts, evidence that you can produce, that tells us that the Republic of the government of the Republic of Turkey had plans to annex or take over Cyprus prior to the at all, by the way. but specifically before the idea of innocence was floating around in Cyprus. There is none.
This is what I'm trying to say to you. You know, as I'm going back to the junta, etc., I feel like this was all formulated by the CIA to give a reason to Turkey to come in the first place, because they knew what they were going to do. Because they probably looked at it from a perspective of, we can't have these Greeks and Turks keep fighting.
To be honest with you, Michael, yeah, there's more evidence
that was the way that they done it.
To be honest with you, Michael, there's more evidence that Greece wanted to come and take over Cyprus than Turkey. Yeah?
Well, again,
there's more evidence for that.
It was the illegal junta, and as we've said, we were talking about it the other time.
Yeah, but Michael, this is what I mean, bro. You throwing out these ideas.
No.
You don't let me finish what I'm saying. You would never go on and I'll come up.
The junta agreed to give 15% landmass to Turkey. That was the deal that they had. The junta had to deal with Turkey to give them 15% landmass. That's the deal that they made. But then the junta fell. Do you understand? The junta basically agreed with the Americans and the CIA that, you know what, we're going to give 15% to Turkey. But obviously they didn't let the Greek Cypriots know that.
Michael,
let me
can I just say? Let me just respond just quickly. Yeah. That being said, Michael, yeah, taking everything what you just said into consideration, yeah, I just said prior to the idea of enosis, yeah, you will never see any evidence that says the government or the official position of the government of Turkey was to annex Cyprus or reconquer it or reclaim its previously Ottoman territory. It doesn't exist. You will never ever find it, and the reason why you will never find it, because it's a fairy tale and it's just a figment of somebody's imagination. Number one. Number two, right? Even if you want to say that the idea of Taksim is proof of that, which is that, you're going to pull a few muscles because that is such a stretch to make that argument, yeah? Even if you want to make that argument, you will not find the idea of Taksim coming about before the idea of enosis, yeah? And it goes back to my point that Taksim was a reaction to enosis. Yet, even though there's more evidence to suggest that actually it was the Greeks, yeah, that tried to take over the island and retake their former territory as they see it, yeah, you will never see a Turk come and say, oh, look, always wanted it. Look what you tried to do. You'll never see Turkish people say that.
No,
I'm done.
I see what you're saying, but like I said, Turkey could have come. They could have. Bear in mind, the junta had already fell by the time Turkey come. Yeah, that's also important to note that. But fair enough. I'm going to give you guys that. The junta come. That was the green light for Turkey. That is, we can't really say anything about that. But
I struggle with on this topic, Michael, is that we almost. Or your argument is that it wasn't really Greece, it wasn't really the Greek people, it was just a junta that was illegal, and it downplays. Turkey's had many military coups. Which one's the right one? Which one's illegal? Which one's legal? There's been so many different coups and governments, and we've even had a guy, a president who's hung.
If the coup that happened to Erdogan a few years ago and he got overthrown, and now Turkey's making decisions, or they're trying to take a part of Syria or whatever, I'm just giving an example, that's now an illegal government. The other European nations didn't recognize the Greek government. The Brits didn't recognize it. The French didn't recognize it. This is why they had no support at the time. Do you understand?
Yet and still, Michael, after the Greek government regained control of Greece, it took them 9 years to negotiate with Turkey, and they still can't come to an agreement to reinstate the constitution. So you can't blame the junta. You can't blame the illegal junta then on unrecognized government then.
Well, we're at a stalemate now, isn't it? It's all about discussions. Do you see what I mean? I don't know what happened. I can't talk about way back then what happened because I'm not educated enough on it. I'm sure Bano in the comments knows a thing or two about it.
Hey guys, paying you all respect, Sof, I'm going off, mate. It's been going on for years and years. I'll see you in a couple of months, bro, because
why a couple of months? Where are you off to? A resort?
Soft brother said to me, I haven't speak to you, I haven't seen you because we're going on the same thing, nothing new, nothing but argument. So love you all.
So,
And we
Suat,
always
before you go,
No.
you're in
This ain't,
Cyprus.
too
Hold
hard.
on,
This ain't
before
the
you go,
TikTok argument, man.
before he goes, let me ask him a question because there's some tension happening in Pile, right?
yeah.
What's happening in Pile at the moment?
That was the first topic.
Oh, was it? I
When
missed that
Sophia
one.
opened the live up.
Oh, what happened? I don't even know about that.
Nothing special. I had Cyprus Donkey saying something that he keep backing up
Yeah.
the other side, and Alex is not here, but he just roasted him because we can't go on about what happened. Actually, prove it that it happened. It's all rubbish. It's all. I mean, come on, man. I don't want to go deep. I live here. It was only a couple of days ago they burned the flags. That is 100 times worse what happened in Pila.
So, what
And
happened in Pile?
so
Anyway, what happened in Pile?
nothing much. It was all about, it was all about medication of some sort of animals, which it was on
Okay.
the Turkish side. And all of a sudden, they start reacting like something big is going to happen. They was talking about 15 tanks on the border, which we never seen. But we all see the flags is burning. TRNC and Turkey flag. I mean that this is all propaganda, provocation. Now, so guys, yeah, love you all, and I'll see you in a few months.
Thank you, Suat. Enjoy the break.
Yeah, man. Love you all. Good night. Bye bye.
Because summer's coming up, he's going to be at the beach every day.
Yeah, he's at the casino. He's at the
He's going to be
casino.
lighting. He's going to be at the casino, lighting his mandala.
But the thing is, I don't know who it was. Someone brought up the legal, the legal aspect of this. You know, we were talking earlier about how Greeks were kind of forced to do what they had to do because of the Hunda, right? Where, let's say you were a judge, how would you judge this person who had a gun to their head, forced under duress again to do something? Are they guilty or are they not? How do you judge that? How do you judge that? You know what I mean? Yeah. Someone puts a gun to your head and says you need to do this, or you and your family will be unalived, and he does it. How would you judge that person?
Well, in law, it's not valid, is it?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, where do we Greek Cypriots stand in this
No, but
situation?
you're presupposing, yeah, that the issue started when they were doing that. The issue started from '63. So when the Turks walked out of the government for obvious reasons, right? Then this is when it started. So unless you're trying to reinstate that constitution, right, and give us our political equality, then yes, that's where I'm going to judge you. Not afterwards, not after AOKB came in and were doing what they were doing. Before that, when Makarios was still the president, when you had, or when you still before that issue, those issues started with AOKB basically. You can't just start from there and say, you can't give the judge one half of the story.
I
So
think
on that front, or on that note, what would you think a judge would do then?
But in '63, the goal wasn't to unalive the Turkish Cypriots; it was to overthrow them, right? So
No,
that
but
we can unite.
63 was the first domino to fall in a long series of dominoes.
But the intention in '63 was to overthrow. It wasn't to eliminate, right?
Exactly.
It wasn't.
No, but the intention wasn't just to overthrow, right? The intention was also to get rid of the Turks, because Makarios was paying Turkish Cypriot families to leave the island. His ideal of Enosis was achievable through more, I don't know how to say this, but the only word that comes to mind is quote unquote humane means, by paying
Is that
people
not
to leave.
fair though politically?
No, it's not fair.
If
It's
you're
not
being
fair.
paid to leave, not forced to leave.
No. What you're doing is you're trying to swindle people to lose their rights to an island that they have every right to. That's what you're doing,
But
right?
was it not an
By
option?
using finance? No, bro, that's bullshit. I'm sorry. Yeah,
I'm trying to understand. Tell me.
Can I ask a question?
That's like Go on, Abby.
No, sorry, Shane. I don't want to cut. I just want to make sure I get to ask it. Go on, carry on, though, bro.
So my point being, Sof, yeah, is you have to start from there. As a judge, yeah, you say, okay, this person, this group started to analyze this group. Why? And then you go back and you find the cause. And undoubtedly, the cause is in 63. We want to look at it from a strictly black and white, in a black and white way, and just look at what happened and leave conspiracies and interpretations to one side.
Yeah, I might be wrong, but in a court of law, you can't judge someone based on what they did 10 years ago on today's crime, right?
Doc, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Yeah. What if tomorrow war breaks out in England? You're living in England, right?
Yeah.
And Greek Cypriots are taking over England. Yeah. And you get posed with this. Take this pew and unalive every Greek Cypriot you can. Otherwise, you and your family is going down. You taking out your own people?
You know.
You are, yeah?
Of course. You got to protect your family, no?
Well, they're also your people, bro.
I know, but your family comes first, 100%. Why? What would you do?
So you would condemn your soul, yeah, if you believe in anything like that, or you would condemn your legacy and everything, yeah, to your own people in that scenario, yeah?
I wouldn't be in a position to sacrifice my own family.
Well, wouldn't you come up with another idea? Wouldn't you say, yeah, I'll do that. Give me the shooter, mate. And then when they go, you're just going to run, innit? Like, there's no like, okay, or no, I'm not. You just think fast on your feet, don't you? Do you know what I mean? Like when you're put in a position like that, it's such a uncontextual question when we look at, is someone guilty for, be it their family's on the line, they do it. You just play the game and look for an escape hatch. Like you don't, if they're standing right next to you going, do it now or you're gone. Like, okay, but I doubt that was really always the case or, very rarely.
What if it was?
Yeah, but no, okay.
This is where I'm coming from. Because if I got a letter
come down tomorrow, there's loads of what ifs. It's a bit of a really mad question because honestly, think about it. You'd really take out life, yeah? Do you know, like, have you ever sat with people who take life and understand the consequences and the what it weighs on you, like, for doing that? Are you any good as a father from that point on?
Definitely not. But
that's what I'm saying.
You need to think about priorities. Are you willing to sacrifice your family? And I know this is a massive question and a what if, but this is a position a lot of people probably were in. We can say with a bit of confidence that some people were next to the junta because they were infiltrating the Greeks. They were a part of the Greek army. Everyone knew each other, right? It was a small place. You knew who's who. You know who's connected to who. You know where your family is. So how could you have...
Watch this. I have an auntie. One last thing. I've told you this before, and I'll say it again. I don't have an auntie. My dad has a great auntie, bigger, yeah. And she was married. She was a Turkish woman married to a Greek man, and they had 6 children, half Turkish, half Greek. When the war was coming, or before that happened, they fled to the south, and his big auntie said, "I've got to go. My children are going there." And one of them said, "I'm joining Erica B and I'm going to unalive all the Turkish Cypriots." And that was his sole mission. And he's half Turkish Cypriot. Like, as much as we put the argument as to are they guilty? What about those that wanted it? Why are we skipping over that? It's like, do you understand what I mean? It's so, I'm sitting back listening. I weren't going to come up. I was just sitting there listening, but I thought, it's not fair to sit here. Of course, someone's not guilty if their life's on the line. But are they guilty of not finding another option in that time? Are they guilty of not playing the game in that time? Are they guilty of not seeing it or thinking it through? And also,
that's why I was asking it. I was trying to ask how you would see it. Say you're the jury. Say you're the judge. How would you see that situation? We're blaming these people for what happened in 74. And I'm trying to understand how we see them today. Do we see them as guilty or do we see them as not?
Well, what do you think? Do you think a judge would say no?
Let me just come in on this because
go on, Escape. I'll come back.
Well, look, you're starting this off at 74 when when the junta got involved. But Ioka A started in the 1950s. Enosis, the idea of Enosis started in the 1800s. So this nationalism and what I believe Ioka A to be as a fascism started way before the junta come
The
about.
thing is, fascism's not illegal.
No, I'm not saying it's
Neither
illegal.
is the idea to,
But the argument is, and the argument Michael was trying to position he was coming from was that, well, it wasn't really, our fault. It was a junta, and they were G'd up by the CIA. Well, hold on a minute. The whole ideology started in the 1800s, and Ioka, which many
That's not relevant, Escape, because
well, hold on, Ioka that many
1960
Greeks
and
praise.
pre-1960 they're two different things completely. Because pre-1960, we didn't know what the future of Cyprus looked like. And of course, one of the options for the Greek Cypriots would have been to unite with Greece. Of course, that would have been one of the options they were thinking about.
But why?
I'm sure Turkish Cypriots didn't really think that Turkey was going to take half the island.
Hold on, wait. Are you denying that the idea of Enosis goes back to 1828, 1829?
Of course it does. I'm not
Okay.
denying that. Who's denying that? Of course it doesn't.
Oh, that's what
I'm trying to explain to you the
So,
reason why.
so what the point I was making, I mean, Panops corrected me maybe in the comments. I mean, I like to use the word fascist because
I'm still stuck that people think fascism is illegal. I swear it is.
yeah, all right, but Panops suggested ultra nationalism. Okay, we'll call them ultra nationalists.
Oh my
Okay,
aspects of it. Ultra racism is illegal, yes, but I don't know about ultra nationalism.
The point is, you can't just blame the junta. This seed had been planted many years ago, hundreds of years before, and the ideology was based on the fact that the Greeks were the superior and the majority. And unfortunately, boys and girls, that ideology remains today. The Greeks on the island are the majority and the superior, and that is why there is no deal.
Can I just say ultra racism is also illegal? And let me tell you why. Now, let me tell you why. Because it's not the thought process.
Any racism.
No. The thoughts, being a fascist and being racist is not illegal. It's acting on it. So it's the actions of a racist. Yeah, racist actions.
You're going with the Muslimic definitions. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not even doing that. I'm just talking.
So what you're saying, Master Gas,
legally.
is the idea was completely legal until we acted on it.
Oh no, you said it. You
can't be held
said
accountable for an action
is
that you don't
illegal,
make.
right? But racism is only illegal when you commit a racist act. If I stand there and say I'm a racist, I've not broken no laws. If I do a racist act, then I've broken a law. If I stand there and say I'm a fascist, I'm not breaking no law. If I go and do a fascist act, then I am breaking the law. So they are one in the same.
They're different.
I'm just trying to figure out if this traction that we're talking about from the 1800s is even valid to compare it to 1974. Because it's an idea. It was an idea, and
of course,
it was
an idea that came to fruition. It was an idea that was.
But it never came to fruition.
No, it was because it became actionable and it became a reality in 1974 with the junta.
It was attempted.
I mean,
no.
We never got an assist.
Okay, what would happen if Turkey didn't intervene?
Allow it. Yes, it was attempted. Therefore, it became a reality. It became acted upon. It became actionable. Right?
Yeah, I hear you.
It's like me using Eddie Zabi's example, his analogy. Yeah.
Done that, guys.
No, but wait. Using Eddie Zabi's analogy, yeah, that a racist, he could be a racist, could be a fascist, right? But he can't be charged with anything. He can't be held. Bro, let me just land my point so you can understand. Yeah. Somebody could be a racist and a fascist until they act upon it, yeah, out loud with either words or action. They can't be charged with any crime and they can't be held accountable. Yes, right. Whether they are a fascist that wants to annihilate a population or not is irrelevant. The one act of going and harming or doing anything to one person, yeah, is enough to charge them with a crime. Likewise, just because the junta tried to attempt to do what they did. It's irrelevant whether they succeeded or not. Succeeded or not. The fact is that they acted upon it. So then, yes, the idea that comes from the late 1820s absolutely became a reality. Whether they succeeded or not is another
Yeah,
question.
but Shaheen, it was against the will of the people. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to
Not
you?
all, not it was
If
against the
you held
will
a
of.
referendum today in Cyprus for union with
But
Greece,
Michael, do you know what you said earlier?
it wouldn't even get 5 to 10% of the votes. Do you
I,
understand?
I don't agree with you, Michael, man.
Yeah, I
You
don't
think if
agree
we
with that
held
either.
you think if we held a referendum for Enosis today in Cyprus
Yeah.
that we vote to join Greece? You lot are absolutely mad.
But why do you feel that way?
Because we're better off than them. Do you understand? We've landed on our feet out of this whole debacle that's happened with
Yeah,
Greece.
I'm going to retract what I said. I don't know exactly. I can't speak for that.
All right,
I do know that there's a ultra far right fascist nationalist movement that is growing
It's
in
a
numbers
minority.
in the south.
You
It could
think
be the
Well, who knows,
minority.
mate?
power?
Yeah. So
Well,
what
maybe
AOKB, and look what they
Bureaucracy in
managed. So what
Athens.
AOKB,
What
bro, look what
bureaucracy
they
in Athens
managed.
to
Like,
run our affairs? Never.
bro, I don't want to hear minority because so what AOKB, according to you, was a minority. Look what they managed to do. Yeah. The idea that this
Yeah, but they
ideology
were a
still
violent
exists.
minority. They were a
No,
violent and
but who
silent
says that
minority.
these can't become that? Who says that? How do
No
you know
chance.
that?
I bet no
Well,
chance.
So I mean,
maybe.
I think that you're saying no chance is your hope. Yeah, is your wish that that won't be a reality. But you in no position, and nor is anybody here to give any guarantee to say that they're going to be violent or non-violent. You don't.
No,
No one can make that
listen,
guarantee.
Shine. It's against the will of the Greek Cypriot people. We don't want to be. Whatever happens with the Union of Cyprus, what is one question. We don't want to be part of Greece. It's not on the table. We don't want it. We're
Yeah, but
better
Would
off
you
I think we're better off
would you take
separate
Greece
anyway. Aren't
though?
we better
Would
off
you like to?
separate then?
No,
Hold
never.
on.
Are you really gonna say that you think that we will get on like a house on fire? I reckon we would actually go like a house on fire. People's houses would be on fire. That's what I think. But I'm saying, but honestly speaking, like I know it's ugly, but come on, man, ain't we better off separate? Like really?
I don't believe in that. To be honest with you.
But we can still be friends from across the way. We can still talk, like COVID. You can still talk to your neighbor over the fence, mate.
Bro, I was
Like
having
we
the
ain't all got to
funniest
live in. We
conversation.
ain't all got to live in the same house. Like, do you
We've
know what
got
I
to see
mean?
what a two-state looks like. A two-state proposal's never been put on the table by TRNC. They've never proposed a two-state. We don't know what it looks like. So
I just
Hey, just have
I
it.
just laugh that people think that we are great together. Like, think about it. The reason we're in this boat is because we wasn't great together. Yeah,
But
and
Eddie,
even now.
don't you think of the island? Forget the Greeks in the text for a minute. Look at that island. Do you think she deserves to be split in two, man? Forget the
No,
people.
Can I give
no,
you a
she
little
doesn't.
It's meant
But
example?
do
to
you
be
think she
one,
deserves to
man.
be forced to live
You know what
together
I
as
mean?
well?
Forget the Greeks in the text for a minute. Cyprus is meant to be one. It's meant
Let's
to be
hear from
one.
Ben now for a second. Let's
Yeah,
hear
let
from.
me give you an example, right? So, when the borders opened, so this isn't like going back years and 50 years like when the borders opened and some of the Turks crossed over to the southern side, there was and obviously a lot of the olden day Cypriot Turks speak quite fluent Greek. So as they crossed over, there was a bunch of women and they turned around and they were like, the hungry dogs are here. Now,
Wow.
how many years ago was that? The hungry dogs are here. Aç köpekler. That like it's quite, when you say it in Turkish, it's quite harsh.
Yeah, it's
And even like, remember George that's that politician guy that lives in Cyprus? He was talking
The worst
about,
thing
how he loves the Cypriot Turks but hates
There's
the
not
Turks
been
from.
one, guys. The border's been open over 20 years. There's not been one unaliving. The most you lot are talking about
It
is
don't
a few
count, Michael.
words written
It don't
on the
count,
wall.
bro. It
But
don't
one minute,
Of
count
course,
guys.
because
there's going to be no unaliving.
but it don't count because, and
No.
the
It
reason
does count.
it
It does
doesn't. I'll
because
tell
it
you
shows you
why.
that there's unity on the
No,
island.
it doesn't. It
Stay
shows you that
open.
two
Right.
people can cross the
How
border
many
with two
years would have
separate
to pass?
governments.
How many years would have to pass for them to open the Palestinian and Israeli border and for them to have peace? What would have? How many? 30
that is a whole other
100 years?
issue.
No.
No,
A
but I
100
don't
years
know.
could
But
pass,
listen,
and they would be
before you
unaliving each
move.
other on day one.
No, but
So the
Michael,
fact that a war,
respectfully.
You don't let me finish my point, and you can say
Sorry,
what you
bro.
want.
Go
Yeah?
on. Let
The
finish
fact
your
that
point. Sorry, my
we've had
bad.
the war just 52 years ago, and the border's been open for 20 odd years, and the worst anyone can say is that they've seen some bad writing on the wall. Not one person's been. We had the war just 52 years ago. We opened the border over 20 years ago. Not one unaliving. Not one. What sort of
Bro,
war zone is
can I
this?
can I just
It's
say
a
my
pathetic war
rebuttal to
zone.
that?
It's
It's
not a real
not.
war zone. It's a
No,
mirage.
but bro, it's not a real unity either. This is what you're missing, and I'm saying it respectfully. Like, how can you not agree? Yeah, like, bro, you're a gas man, I'm a gas man. Me and you can work on the same job, but it don't mean me and you can run a business together, live in the same yard together under one law. Like, it doesn't mean that. Like, so when people say, "Look, the borders have been open for 26 years, there's no unalivings," it's because there's two separate governments. Everyone's got a place to retreat to where they're deemed a citizen in that land, where they are accustomed to. This is not a true outlook on how the unity looks. So that doesn't count. And I'm saying that respectfully, Michael. I'm surely you can understand
The
that
only
point.
reason I say this, yeah, like, listen, you lot got your views. You know, I know a lot of Turkish Cypriots, a lot of Greek Cypriots,
Yeah,
and
I
I
get
know
that.
I know that when I talk to older, listen, no offense to younger generations, they seem to have different. When I speak to old school
Are you
Turkish,
being ageist, bro?
no, when I speak to old school Turkish
No,
Cypriots,
isn't.
but no, let me finish what I'm saying, yeah. And they speak that Greek to me, and then we talk about the olden days. For example, my friend's dead there, who's blessed his soul, he passed away. He even told me that he unalived GCs in the war, and we talk so much. When you know these old school Turkish Cypriots, you know that we're the same people. There's too much division, guy. I'm telling you that we're the same. But you lot are all talking this, but we're different. No, an old school Greek Cypriot and old school Turkish Cypriot are the same people. There was many people that were stuck in the middle. Was like, I can't believe this shit. I can't believe these wankers have fucked up our country and caused this shit. And those people were the majority, not the minority. The minority spoiled it for everyone. Most Cypriots that I know, they're good people. They love living with each other. Everyone else fucked it up. The minorities
Same as
fucked.
Greek Cypriots, same as Greek Cypriots, yeah. Every Greek
Well, I
Cypriot
know that we can get on
every
because we've
Greek
got the
Cypriot
same
I've ever
mindset,
met has been
mentality.
an absolute dream, mate. Like,
Our
no one's
mentality is
ever
more
given
like
me a
immigrant
nightmare.
capitalists.
But what I'm
The way that
saying
we
is,
think,
no, but
the way that we
Michael,
think is very
can
similar.
we get rid of power? Can we get rid of governments in power, the rich, the elites, the elitists, the echelon, the higher echelon people? We can't. We never will. Countries are run on it. So unfortunately, the island that you're dreaming of, that you would love to see, I'm not being disrespectful when I say dreaming of, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The island you're talking about is an island where two people see each other as exact equals. Whilst there is power sharing and governments, until one Greek Cypriot and one Turkish Cypriot says, I'm a Cypriot, and I like to speak with this slang, and he likes to speak with that slang, like being from North and South London, yeah, maybe. But again, governments will always divide us. And this is the point I'm making. So when I say we're better off alone, I'm not saying we're better off alone because we don't like each other. I'm saying we're better off alone because when a country is run, it's run by high people that don't share the same sentiment as people on the ground. So what kind of Cyprus, even if you was to, they gave it to us, bro. They gave it to us. They said, go on then, guys, live
But that's not
together.
the type of Cyprus we're gonna have going forward.
Okay, but if we do it again, if they
BBF,
do it
like
again,
you guys say all this, yeah, but you guys are gonna have your own state to run, but it's gonna fall under one government, and you guys got a veto power. What's fucking wrong with that?
watch
You got
this.
your own state
Turkey right
under
now
one
are
state,
sitting,
and you guys got the
sitting in,
veto power.
bro,
What you don't need anything from a Turkish Cypriot perspective.
Turkey
You
had
don't need anything.
But
50% power.
that's not
Then they
what
still weren't accepted. Not
that's
even now.
that's not what's being proposed, Michael.
Well, that was what the last proposals at Crans Montana
No,
were gonna
no,
take the
it wasn't, bro.
presidency. You guys are gonna have a veto. It's in the constitution that the Turkish Cypriots got a veto. So, say for
No,
example,
I don't think that's correct.
it was in the constitution that Turkish Cypriots got a veto. They do,
You're
of
talking
course.
about the 1960 Constitution.
Yes, yeah. You guys
Oh yeah,
you had
that's
the
different.
right to
That's
veto.
different. But we're not going back to the 1960
Well,
Constitution.
the new constitution is going to look like that. I.e., what I mean by veto power. Okay, even if you guys think you're going to be outnumbered in the main government, yeah, you're
No, there
gonna.
can be no
For example,
outnumbered, bro. There can be no outnumbered. Sorry.
listen. I'm just saying, for example, yeah, for argument's sake, you lot would have say we wanted to do a deal with the I country, and you lot were opposed to it. You could veto it, and that's the end of that.
Yeah, but
Whether you're the
I don't think
minority
that's
or the
true,
majority.
Michael.
Yeah, Panop saying there's no veto.
There's no veto, bro. the government is made up of three branches. Yeah, the legislature, the executive branch, and what's the other one? The
Panos
legislature.
really knows this shit, man. I wish he'd come
The
up. He fucking
wait,
knows it inside out.
what is it? Pan up. There you go.
I think Panop's
Legislature,
faking it to
the
make
upper
it.
house, and the
Get
executive.
Bosbay up here.
Yeah.
Go.
So, there you go. The judiciary. Yeah. You got the legislative, right? Judiciary, and then you have the executive, right? And the only time that it is equal in terms of representation is in the executive part of the government, the executive branch of the government, which is made up of 50-50 Greeks and Turks. But before it gets there, it's disproportionate. It's absolutely disproportionate. So what was proposed, I think it's in the judiciary, yeah, that it's
Well, what could we possibly? All right,
hold on,
besides,
wait.
yeah.
Because you need to understand, bro. Yeah, the way it's made up, yeah, I think it's 70-30. That number is just pulled from the air, but it's a majority Greek to Turkish representation in that in that branch of the government. However, in order for it to go to the executive branch to be voted on whether it passes or not, right? So the Greeks will vote on it, okay? The majority of of that branch of government would vote, being the Greek representation. Once it's voted on, then it will go to the minority, which is the Turkish portion of the government, and it needs to have a positive vote. So if the 70% Greeks vote, right? Let's say there's 70 Greeks and 30 Turks, right? If a majority of the 70 Greeks vote for it, right, then it will go to the Turks and it would need a positive vote, which means there would need to be 16 Turks that vote in favor of it. If it happens that way, then it will go up to the executive branch where it's 50-50, then it will pass, right? If they vote on it. So I still don't like it.
Well, Shaheen, are we not
Sorry,
assuming
that's
that
not
every single
You're
one?
saying
that's not
that
equality as far as I'm concerned.
you're
Are we not
completely
assuming
running
that
your
every
affairs on
single?
the north of the island. You run your own affairs on the north of the island.
But
Completely.
how does it work? Because if every Turkish Cypriot has got a different view to their representation, then what is the point of having equal representation? Because technically, you're
No,
representing it,
it's not
but
about
it's not.
not equal representation.
I mean, let's say
It's
someone, a
about
voter,
equality.
could agree with a Greek.
It's about equal. Yeah, well, this is about equality. It's about
Right.
political
So
equality,
Theo's
right?
just
But
said in the comments that it needs to be in the upper house with constitutional changes can happen. It has to have 70% of the vote.
it's not. No, it's not. The only part of the government, the only branch of government, what was being proposed that is 50-50 is the executive branch. So I don't know what he's talking about, unless that's what he means by upper house.
Well,
You
I'm
know
sure
what's
they can. I mean, I hope that
you
they
know
can
what's
iron that
funny,
out.
bro? England are talking about going back into Europe, and now bare people are coming out going, "Fucking hell, we don't want to be part. We're going to pay money again." There's no fucking pleasing people. Yeah, that's the point I'm making. You come together, you're just going to have. But I'd love to live together. It's just I don't get it, right? You do see how technical when Shine was talking, how it all sounds, and that them technicalities. It's just going to turn into a shit show, man.
That's what we've been left with, though. But that's what you
Yeah,
guys
it's a
want.
shit show.
Listen, obviously, we want to be a demo. I hope my wish for Cyprus is one day that it's a democratic nation, and we can have all of this bullshit about 70% Greek or 30% Turkish. And I believe in my heart of hearts that if we unified, the Greek Cypriots would vote for a Turkish Cypriot prime minister. I honestly, it might take a few years, but I don't want to look at everything from a Greek and Turkish perspective. But unfortunately, we have to start off like this with these little rules in place, etc. about certain demographics.
Nah. Sorry. Start off like this. What is this?
Well, we're going to start off by saying we're not going to
No,
do a
no, no.
democracy,
You're
are
gonna
we?
start off with a ironclad Shawshank Redemption style fucking Alcatraz.
Shawshank don't work, bro. He
Yeah.
escaped. He escaped that.
Whatever. I
Yeah.
fucking Alcatraz then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever you want. Fort Knox. There is no way around it. End of story. And you're gonna put that in writing, and then we sign. Unless you're offering that, and we start. Don't worry. We start like this. 6 months
I believe.
probation. Then we give you this. None of that bullshit, bro.
Yeah, but Shaheen,
Put it
isn't
out
your
there, why not?
50% representation only as strong as the actual people inside it? So what if
Yes.
the 50, let's say it's 50 Turkish Cypriots and 50 Greek Cypriots?
Mhm.
That means that all those 50 Turkish Cypriots need to agree amongst themselves as well for it to be completely equal.
No, because if you wanna be the way that you, how is that? Damn. If you want it to be the way everybody wants it to be, then why are you breaking it down like that? Why don't you just say there's 50-50, right? And the majority vote wins. At that point, can't bitch and moan then, innit?
Right, here's a solution for you lot then. Why not just accept the TRNC, let them run their own government, yeah? You can have full citizenship as you give to Turkish Cypriots, and then there you go. Like, and we'll see how things go. What's the problem with that?
Ellen loses, man. She gets divided.
Yeah, Michael,
What?
let's
Sorry?
start with the
Sorry?
TRNC, yeah? Let's start like
What's the
that.
problem with that, though? This is my
6
point.
months
It's like,
later.
it's like it has to be on the ROC's terms because the world sees
Nah,
it as the
dude.
legally
Bollocks,
recognized
it does.
place.
You must be
Like
joking, it does.
it's hilarious. Like it is really getting hilarious because you know what I mean. When like I said it before, when Trump goes into Venezuela, takes the president and his wife, now is not the time for legalities. When fucking Trump wants to go and start a war and that people start rubbing shoulders with the I country and making look, bro. Everyone does what they want to do. That's cool, but the TRNC is deemed as not worthy and they're not allowed in the eyes of who? Yeah, it's the people the big gang. And the point I'm making is a solution is just as important by saying to the Turkish Cypriots, all right, cool, get Turkey off your island, yeah, off that side. They're only away, they've got a base there. You lot will recognize the TRNC, you lot run your own shit. Let us have citizenship like we give you citizenship, and we'll see how things go. Tell me what the problem is.
The island's lost, man.
Hold on. The island's already lost to us. Look, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's not signed, sealed, delivered.
Come on,
Do you understand?
Michael.
It's our
Obviously,
ancestral
if
homeland.
Turkey
We
will
don't
allow
want
it,
them.
Uncle, I get
We
it.
don't
Michael,
want
I'm
you
born.
guys to live like that.
Michael.
Listen, there's Turkish
I'm
Cypriots
born
that feel
that
that way
night,
on
like
the side.
Michael, not last night, like I say.
Nah, man, listen, the island's got to stay as one, man. That's the way I've always seen it.
Yeah, but why has it
It's
got to stay as one in the eyes of the ROC? All right, come and join the TRNC. Get rid of the ROC.
Yeah, but
Come
then
and
when
join
they
the
do Google Maps, they're
TRNC.
going to show, when
Do you know
people
what I
zoom
mean?
in
It's
on
like,
Cyprus, they're going to think we're like some Haiti Dominican Republic. We're on one island, we hate each other that much. We had to
no, but it's
divide
mad.
and
It's mad
run the
because if
island.
anyone's house was burned down and
They
you
bloody burn in,
knew
man.
who
We're
done
tiny
it,
little
you would
island.
never forgive them, bruv. Like, and the thing is, the fact that Turkish Cypriots even come to the table to discuss it is sheerly out of desperation to get a little bit of recognition in the world. Otherwise, give a shit. Like everyone's living nice. Like, do you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, it's like it's mad, isn't it?
I mean, what if we give the Greek Cypriots like some free coins to use in the casino, couple of free chips,
Do you know what? It's done.
Yeah, okay,
maybe
free
some
bags,
maybe some
chicken.
credits for a banana ride.
Yeah.
You know,
You should have proposed that to Crystal Deluge. You should propose.
what, the banana ride or the casino chips?
Tell him you're giving some casino chips. You know what I mean? Tell him you're going to take one of the British bases.
How about this? Give us the TRNC and you can have SWAT Nabi. How about that?
Always
Talking about SWAT Abi, I don't know why
said?
it resonates, but Ken's here. Hi, Ken Abi.
Oh, hello, Escape.
How are you?
Would you throw in token for the end house?
Oh.
Well,
there's a negotiation going on.
Throw in a free Turkish bath as well, and we'll think about it.
How about this? Yeah, we give you lifetime pass to Suat Abi's casino tours. Yeah, you give us our recognition.
Wow.
We'll give you half price on baklava.
Mad, isn't it? This is what I'm saying. It's crazy. This whole conversation's crazy. I know we do it night in, night out for years on end, and we do it because we're all invested in it. But no one ever speaks the actual truth here. Like, it's that two people hurt each other majorly, and there's no going back. There is no going back. I know we want to dream of going back, but there's no going back. I understand people need to be compensated for their losses. 100%. You'll always get my vote on that. And I think most people do vote on that. Yeah. But, living under someone else's umbrella, trying to power share, logically, who wants to do that? Only the people, not the big people.
I also think it's going to be even more difficult now with the way the ROC and Greece have positioned themselves with the I country.
Yeah.
Well, 100. 100%, bro.
Changes the dynamics even more, doesn't it?
Well,
You know,
this
how
is
come
it. I
Fidan
mean, I
come
was
out
going to
and
say
said,
that just a minute ago. Look what
okay,
Turkey's next on the hit list, right? They're next on the hit list now. As the I country is trying to do everything they can
you
to
know what I
create
realized is,
themselves
Abby?
a new enemy.
You know what it is, Abby? Why I don't buy this bullshit anymore about how they needed this alliance, yeah? Because Greece is a NATO country, so they're protected under
Who
that
said they needed the
defense.
alliance? No, did they say
No,
that?
no, anybody, bro, it's not
Oh,
what they say. It's
oh,
about
sorry. No, I
what
thought that's what I was saying. Okay, I
it's
thought it
about the
was always
people
a
that
genuine one. Yeah.
no, it's what the people who don't know any better from these lives say. Yeah, right,
I see, I
right.
see, I see, I see. Sorry. Yeah.
So them them needing a military alliance with the I country is a farce. Number one, they're a NATO member. So any attack on Greece, Turkey would have to even come to their aid. That's number one. So they don't need a defense. They don't need a military alliance with them for that reason. They got NATO. And the same thing with Europe. Yeah. Even Cyprus doesn't need it because if they were to come under attack, as you saw when they had the attack on the British base, how many frigates and ships and jets will come in Cyprus in their defense? None of them need that defense agreement. None of them need that alliance with the high country. This is all a smokescreen as far as I'm concerned. Right? This is all excuses. Right?
Excuse.
One of them is a part of EU and NATO, and the other one is a part of the EU. Tell me what you need. What's your need for an agreement with that country, other countries in the world?
Well, what they've been saying is that they were encouraged to go into this deal by the oil companies and petrol companies who wanted that assurance from
Oh,
Israeli
no,
and
there's a
like
question here. Does that therefore mean Cyprus joins NATO, Turkish troops can leave? No, it doesn't, because Cyprus will never be allowed to join NATO. That's number one. Until there's an agreement and there's a solution for the
even
Turkish
after that they
Cypriots.
would let them in. There
You
was one
cannot.
No, I
side
think it's different. After, I think it's different.
You can always look at it the other way around as well. If Cyprus joined NATO, NATO country Turkish troops can stay in Cyprus.
That's it.
Oh, oh, oh.
Oof,
Cyprus
oof,
can't join
That.
NATO without Turkey's
oof.
approval.
How about that, Pano? Cyprus joins NATO and then they rebrand as Escape with Love, remarket themselves. Instead of a Turkish base, it's a NATO base.
Turkey do a
How about
little
that?
training exercise
How
on
about
Mickey
that?
Beach under NATO parameters.
How about that?
No one wants that,
Well,
man.
do we
Listen,
think that NATO is going to survive this, though?
no, I don't either.
Do you think there'll be a NATO in about a year from now?
I
Oh,
think you
100%.
know.
Yeah.
I
It
reckon
will.
you're gonna get an
Yep.
Islamic NATO, bruv.
This is all a bunch of handbags, and trust me,
I mean, Donald
nothing's
Trump doesn't
happening.
even like the idea of NATO anymore, so
Yeah, but
he can
Donald
do
Trump,
something stupid and rip up the
Donald
agreement.
Trump,
Trump's gonna get
Donald
taken
Trump.
out soon, man. Don't worry.
No, hold on,
He'll
wait.
get taken
Donald Trump doesn't speak for the entirety of the American politics. Okay,
I
he
agree
might do
with
for
that.
now, yeah, but he doesn't hold the
No,
same.
he's
He
lost.
doesn't
He's lost
hold
the right to
every.
lead.
I
He doesn't
agree.
hold the
He's the
position of
current
every
representative.
American. Yeah,
Yeah,
right. That's number
yeah.
one. Number two, even European leaders have spoke about the idea of the US leaving, and they laughed basically, right, saying even if they fucking leave, give a shit, using Eddie Zabi's terminology, yeah, because they're basically Europe. The other NATO members are saying even if they leave, what you think we're just going to tear up NATO? Doesn't work that way.
They can't leave though. They need an agreement to leave, and they can't. It was signed by America themselves. They can't just opt and leave.
I didn't even
Listen,
know that.
this little
Yeah,
mad orange
there's
man.
it's an
Yeah,
agreement
he's
in
trying to
place. I don't know how many people have to verify it, but
Yeah,
they
but I
can't
don't
just
think
leave.
that would.
I
I
think they
don't
can
think it would
dissolve
count.
it,
Well,
and I
I'm gonna,
think Donald Trump
Abla,
has
I'm gonna hit,
execution power.
Abla, I'm gonna hit you with some political jargon. Trump is just gonna hit everybody with. Now is not the time to talk about legalities.
Yeah,
Yep.
bruv, you're not allowed to just bomb Iran, but he did it. You're
No.
not allowed to just go into
Kidnap a
Venezuela, but he
president
did
and
it.
his wife.
don't
Yeah,
worry
you're
about
not
that,
allowed
man.
to talk about taking NATO allies' territory
Man's
like
going back and
Greenland's,
he's
and he
saying
does
how
it.
Canada and Greenland's going to be part of his new country.
Yeah, he wants Cuba as well, bro. He wants everything. Like he's taking the
Man sending out
absolute
tweets saying
piss.
that I'm going to take out a whole race. Nah, this geezer's gone, man. I'll be honest with you, I never used to mind
Yeah,
Trump. Now
Well,
I'm sick and tired of it.
he is the American Macarius, bro. He's the Macari Trumpus.
well, look, Netanyahu's set him up to fail, hasn't he? He's set him up to fail. you know, and they
Netanyahu's
bullied
got the
him.
Epstein list with Trump on it, bro.
Yeah, well, look, that's a rumor, but you talk about duress. I mean, Trump and America being held to duress in some shape or form. They've actually got egg on their face a little bit with this whole Iran thing because it hasn't gone away. They've not really managed to achieve what they want to achieve. Iran's still there. They're not going anywhere. I think the only way out for the world and for the region is that Netanyahu is arrested and tried in the international courts.
Why just him?
Well,
When he
him
has
and
the,
his
when he has
cronies, him and
no,
his
it's not just his
friends.
cronies. It's not just. This is the thing that people don't understand.
Apparently, Netanyahu was the
Hold
one who
on, one
gassed
sec,
up
bro.
Trump.
One sec, bro. Why is it that people don't understand Israeli society, let alone Israeli politics? You think that this is just the issue with the Likud party, his party, and his coalition? You know that the liberals in this country and the left, you know, his hard right, you know, the left in this country, they also support his decisions and his actions. So why is it just arrest him? This isn't an issue with one Israeli politician and his party. This is an institutional issue in whether you're on the
It's
left
an
or the right
ideology.
side of the
Yeah,
political
yeah.
spectrum. It doesn't matter. You think that what's his name? Oh, what's that guy's name, bro? The guy
Ben
with the white
Greer.
hair.
Ben Greer.
Huh? Not Ben. No, not Ben Gvir, that pig. I'm talking about the other guy he's the leader of the opposition.
Yeah, I know who you mean.
He's got white hair.
Shabbat, not Shabbat. Is it?
Nah, I forgot his name. Well, fuck his name anyway. It doesn't even matter. Yeah.
American opposition.
No, the Israeli.
Oh.
Him and what's his name? Naftali Bennett. They're the opposition to Netanyahu. They both support him.
You left Ali Bennett.
No,
Yeah.
the leader of the left, right? And the guy's name is
Ali,
Naftali Bennett.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
Him and that leader, his name escapes me, man. Yeah, they both support his actions.
Well,
So-
look, you know, it's interesting what Mary said because the Pope's come out, you know, and is quite forceful about the matter. You know, the Pope is
But with all
someone
due
who's very
respect,
powerful.
bro, it's not the 14th century. Yeah.
No, it's not.
And
but
But if you've got a leader of a
with all
major
due
faith,
but with all due respect, yeah, what the Pope says means absolutely nothing, yeah, in the sense that Trump can come out on the very same day and basically take a dump on the entire institution of Catholicism and basically rubbish what the Pope said. At that point, if you, as a leader of 2.5, 3 billion people, yeah, your words don't hold any weight at all, right? To the effect that Trump comes out and makes one
That's a
tweet
good point
or
you're
one
making,
post
though,
on
Shannon. That is a
Truth
good point.
Social, yeah, and what the Pope says goes for nothing.
but he's
yeah,
living
I
in.
mean, the Pope had an influence on Italy, for example. You know, so Italy, Meloni, she's changed her tune. I don't think the Italians were backing Israel so much anyway, but you know, the Italians are a big influential country, especially in Europe, and this is how things change. Look, you know, I always say Netanyahu has been the worst thing to ever happen. Of course, to our friends in Gaza, but also to the Jewish people. If they were disliked before, they're hated now. you know. So the time is running out. Time is running out for
This is
Netanyahu.
just to bring it back to Cyprus. Yeah, this is also the problem that we don't really speak about often. But that no one likes Turkey. They hate Turkey. You know, the South does hate Turkey, literally, and the
You
North
can hate
doesn't.
me now,
No, I get it, but I'm just
but I
saying
won't
that.
stop now.
Does that? I think it's a good question to ask. It does that.
That's for
hatred-
another live, Shaheen, that one.
does that hatred? You know, is it something that people need to discuss? Because how can you live together when you hate someone's motherland?
Yeah, that's the point I was trying to make months ago. I just flew over everyone's head.
You know, but it's
It's like
important.
like saying like, okay, Ediz Abi represents Turkey and I represent the TRNC.
It's like
And
saying
then
you hate
Michael,
my mum.
yeah, Fuck you then,
If you
innit?
hate my
Fuck off
mum,
then.
just know it's over, innit?
Innit? Yeah, it's done. Like, what are you talking
Yeah, good
about?
point.
I'm not coming for dinner, innit? Do you know what I mean?
You know, bro, me and you got to fight.
Well, it's like that though, isn't it? It's like, but the way it's spun, yeah, like that, you know, that clever shit. All lives matter, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's that clever shit where it's like, well, shouldn't you think for your country, you know? And it's like, do you know what I mean? It's like that's just some reverse card that doesn't even apply, because then you just ask all the Greek Cypriots how many of them ever fly to Turkey, even in Britain, and they say no, they don't. They don't go to Turkey. Do you know what I mean? Because they don't trust it and they don't like it. But yeah,
I can't believe that, bro. I can't
Tav the
believe
Greek
it.
does though, believe it or not.
yeah, it's not the one. It's not the one. And just to go back
All
to
the
the
Turks
original
go to
question.
Greece, though, don't they?
Yep.
Yeah, I've been to the Greek Island. I've been Crete. And how
I've
many
been.
Turks? Yeah, I've been Crete. I've been Rhodes. Yeah, Falaraki, Mali. I've been them
Well, I had
places.
Greek friends from uni, so I go and visit them. They come and visit me in Athens. It's like, but a lot of the Turks in Turkey will go and have their holidays in one of the
So many.
islands or go
Yes.
to
So
Greece.
many of them. Loads of them.
That's
They
what
go
I'm
to
saying.
Selanik as well.
I mean, right now, Turkey's been the only one stable nation in that region. You know, people are looking at Turkey now as the safe, stable actor.
He had that
So
in the room.
I think Erdogan's played it really, really well. I think really, really well right now.
Fucking needs now someone is to write a book on this man.
Yeah.
But think about
And
even Trump, right? He's come out and, said anything and everything to every nation that hasn't been helpful and whatever. Turkey hasn't helped. He hasn't said not one thing to Turkey. Not one thing.
No, he hasn't.
Oh,
But is that to his benefit or is that to his
It's,
detriment?
of course it's, well,
No, only because he's so silent. Yeah, when all is going around. I mean,
you know
some
why,
things shone
Aggie? Because
through, which I like.
what you need to understand is
but he's speaking up now
forget
though, isn't he?
what you need to understand
Yeah, he is to
how
Israel. Yeah.
how
Sorry, Rob.
vital Turkey is on geography alone. It is so strategic and
They
so
need us.
geographically
They need us.
important, right? You cannot afford to lose Turkey as an ally. I'm sorry. Whether you're Russia in the north,
But why
whether
would
you're Iran in the
anyone
east,
want
or
to
whether
lose
you're
them?
Europe in the west, you can't afford to lose Turkey as an ally. Because the
Why would
moment
anyone want
Turkey,
to? Why would anyone want you is the better question. Like, they don't ruffle feathers. All right, I know there's some internal problems they have with their own, with the Kurds and things like that. But on a global stance, they don't ruffle feathers. Do you know what I mean?
Ed,
If
you say that.
anything,
I mean,
they're like fucking Switzerland. They don't fucking pick a side, bro. They
we
don't pick a
don't.
side.
No, we don't ruffle feathers, but we've got the second largest number of, foreign bases in the world.
Foreign bases or NATO bases?
It's foreign bases, external bases. Is it second or third to Britain? I think it's actually America, Turkey, and then Britain. So we're very active. The Turkey, especially under this Erdogan government, they're not
I'm
been
not
sitting
saying
on
it to
their
play him
thumbs.
down, by the way, Escape. I wasn't saying to play
No,
him down.
I know, yeah.
I'm just saying that, look, they had a lot of trouble in it. But with all this time going into ninja mode, yeah, they've been able to pay off their debts. They've been able to build in the background, and they haven't been in anyone's face, so to speak. And when shit hit the fan, they jump in every now and then and help out here and there. But they're not wave makers, bro. Not geopolitically. Surely you've got to agree to
and
that.
they've just signed the third biggest ever deal with the World Bank, third biggest ever loan with the World Bank in its history. They're going to be building this high-speed rail that connects basically,
Saudi
one part
Arabia.
it will connect Saudi Arabia to Europe
thing,
eventually. But
Hijaz Demiryolu.
well, it's actually Istanbul that they're running it through first. From one side.
No, but the plan is to connect basically the Far East and have it end up in Medina.
Yeah, eventually. And this is being funded by the World Bank. I mean, listen, the Turkey and the Turks, they're smart people,
And by
much
the way,
smarter than they used to be. Unfortunately, the Turkish Cypriots, I mean, there was a comment made earlier by Andy what he said is that if there was a referendum to join Turkey, the Turkish Cypriots would say yes. Unfortunately, a lot of Turkish Cypriots are not very smart. They'd probably say no. You know, with all due respect,
What a twist that was.
with all due respect, a lot of Turkish Cypriots think Turkey and Turks are stupid. They think the Turks are farmers. You know, people from the mountain is how they interpret and view them.
You know
but
what
actually,
it is, Escape? The problem is with the Turkish Cypriots and why they don't like the Turks. It's
I
because,
don't agree with that, though. Go on,
well,
carry on.
in general, like what I hear, right? The problem they've got is, see, we think differently because we were brought up here, okay? But they're kind of fed up with, because who goes to Cyprus from Turkey? Your rich and your upper class family isn't going to, unless they're marrying in or they're going out for business, they're not going to move to Cyprus, right? So you've got all the riffraff from Turkey that go over to Cyprus. Then they get their backs up because they don't like those people coming over.
Cheap
Then
holiday,
they have
right?
a problem with Turkey. So that's what their issue is. But like you said, they're a bit stupid to see the bigger picture.
yeah, I mean, listen, I like to, you know, be a bit devil's advocate and sort of wind
so do
people
I.
up sometimes. But yeah, I mean, the point I wanted to make was that, you know, there is a way to do business. And what the Brits do, what the Turks do, is they make these agreements, and they might build a bridge with a toll, and that toll money pays for the loan, you know, and it might take 30 years, but it gets paid for. Our people see that as selling the country or selling the land to someone else. You know, they see it as forfeiting their rights. That's not how business works. And we saw that recently with the foreign investment in Cyprus. Our people got very upset about it. They were worried that the country was being sold to foreigners, and they put a stop to it. And since then, the economy has tanked.
Do you think that there is nuance in the relationship between Turkish Cypriots and mainland Turks? Just yes or no answer. Do you think there's nuance?
I mean, when you say nuance, what do you mean exactly?
Yes, there is. Island life versus mainland life. That's a nuance in itself, I guess.
Okay, it's not quite what I meant, but okay, I understand why you're saying
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, nuance is a vague term, innit? I'm just
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
nuance
I'll
is
give you.
something specific. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll clarify what I mean.
Yeah.
The very fact that you rise and sleep under the fucking security that they provide, yeah, then you have the cheek to turn around and tell them to leave. And then
Sounds
you
like
have
a few good men, bro. A few good
yeah,
men.
here's a few good men, yeah. But there's only a few good fucking men left there, yeah, right.
Yeah.
So my point being, right, then yeah, you got the cheek to turn and tell them
You
to
can't
leave,
handle the
right?
truth. Oh, sorry.
They can't handle the fucking truth, yeah. That's the truth, yeah.
Keep biting.
And then you tell them to leave, and then you have the nerve, right, to go against them and to become an opposition to them. There is no nuance as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, you are, in my humble opinion, not only are you a disgrace, right, but you are also you are a traitor as far as I'm concerned.
Well,
You are a
there is
degenerate
more.
as far as I'm
Nah,
concerned. No,
that's
no. That's my. I don't care. That's my
No, I
opinion.
get it. That's your
My
point.
opinion
I
is
understand. I get
anybody, yeah, and I'm going to use that quote again, that rises and sleeps under the blanket of freedom and security that somebody else provides, right?
Yeah.
Them to have the fucking cheek to turn around and tell that person to leave, that we don't want you and we not like you. You are not only a degenerate, but you're a traitor. And
not to say they don't like them. Yes, I give you that.
Wow,
But there
what a
is
lovely way!
differences.
What a lovely
And
way
let
to end it,
can I,
Shane.
before you just drop it, Soph, I want to just answer one thing for you.
Yeah.
If held at pew point and unalive someone in the eyes of the law, you would be found guilty. You would get a lesser sentence, a lenient sentence, but you would be guilty. I just wanted to end
Thank
on
you.
that one for you, bro.
Thank you, Master Gas. That's what I was looking for.
There you
What
go.
does this mean? What does this mean? What is Pio Turcos Portus? What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
Where?
What does Theo say?
That means more Turk than the Turks.
I don't get what that means, but anyway.
Yeah, someone is more Turk than the Turks. I'm not sure who's referring to.
Okay, anyway.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
There
Good
you
night,
go.
Sof.
Yeah.
Yeah.